So, Nikolai, you make this luxurious pile of moon junk.
I do try to recognize things.
Your altar of moon stuff. And as you do that, you kind of curl up with it and do your little prayer, and eventually your eyes grow heavy and you fall into a slumber. And strangely enough, each of you fall into a slumber. Cayenne, you fall asleep tending to the plants. Mongo, you fall asleep face first into a book. Manny, you
Did I get cleaned up for the accidental explosion I caused in the house?
Not yet. Manny, you fall asleep in a quesadilla.
I didn't know.
There's worse ways to go.
No, you fall asleep in a bowl of salsa. Don't drown now. So each of you fall asleep in your respective place. And you find yourselves standing together on a mirror surface, looking around, and you look up, Cayenne, as you see a beautiful hue of an aurora borealis above you. This beautiful fabric. And you look around and you see the rest of your party standing there. You see Nikolai, you see Mongo, and you see Scabbard.
See Scabbard?
Yeah. And you look around, Nikolai, and you kind of see the reflection and look up, and then you look over and you see Scabbard there, and Scabbard, you're like, why the fuck am I here? Is this real?
What'd you do, Scabbard?
Why am I here? Where'd you go? What'd you do? Mongo? I blame you.
You see this too, Mongo?
No, I blame Nikolai.
And,
All I see is Spider-Man pointing at each other.
and, Cayenne, do a nature. Mongo, do an arcana. Scabbard, do a religion. Nikolai, do a tinkering.
Nikolai does a tinkering. Okay.
I got it, please do.
Nice.
Arcana. That is a 60.
I was not expecting this foil of a twist.
That be a 23.
17.
As each of you look at what is happening, it hits something very deep inside you. You kind of, Scabbard, you kind of feel like cold water running down your back, that you're before something that is older than the stars, older than your time and others' time, something religious and deeply unsettling.
Okay. Nobody move.
Cayenne, as you look up at the aurora borealis, it is stunning to you, an absolute strangely perfected version of nature floating above you. You've never seen one ever like this anywhere. This is just... Every other one you've seen has been essentially a copy of this beauty.
I think Cayenne is probably gonna, even though she heard Scab, she's gonna stay where she is and continue to observe.
Nikolai,
Yeah.
you're looking up at this, and you look down at the ground, and the ground is perfectly smooth, geometrically perfect in every single way. You've never seen, like, you've run your fingers across it, and you're like, that's impossible. Even with magic. And you look up at the aurora borealis, and you can see is that it is a beautiful stroke of nature, but it is perfectly geometric in every single way.
Huh.
That something is truly on display here that is just unsettling you. And Mongo, as you're looking too at this situation, there is so much magic present right now that you could probably use it as a kiddie pool. That you put your paw out, Mongo, and you move your fingers, and you can see the air ripple around your fingers, the sparkle of magic trailing behind your paw.
Wow.
Is this wild magic?
You don't know.
Or is this just gems?
Please be careful. There's something here. Very, very. I don't know what.
And as Scabbard says this, and you start to process it, above you, out of reach, you see you don't even
Cayenne
think it's
is
just
probably
instantly there.
Gonna,
This
even though
floating
she
orb
heard
of
Scav,
crystal.
she's gonna
I think
stay
you took
where
all the
she
different
is.
gems that you've ever seen and combined them into one, and then liquefied it. It just floats above you, rippling and reacting.
My eyes are tracking it.
And as your eyes are tracking it,
What's in that tea?
you see like a spike come out, and it stops an inch from your face, Nikolai. You can even register how quickly it is.
Whoa.
And you see a ripple move along this spike, and it forms a hand. And then it just you see the liquid trickle down, and it forms a liquid version of you standing there. And then it rejoins the mass and floats above you, and you see almost like this strange angelic crystalline, the facets of a face appear in this thing as if it's watching you. And the Ori Borealis shatters instantly, and you can see this massive halo of geometric shapes floating above this sphere that now is looking at you. These beautiful, intricate, perfectly shaped patterns moving over each other, twisting and distorting beautifully.
Okay. What's going on? Anybody?
How did you even get here?
No. I mean,
Where or why is here?
what is this?
I don't know.
What,
I
the
really
only,
don't know.
the weirdest thing is that you're here.
Plants.
The weirdest thing is that you're here, Scabbard. So what were you last doing?
Scabbard, you were turning in for the night.
I was getting ready to sleep, brother. But, one moment I was there, getting ready to climb to bed. Next I'm here, I'm with you. And now we're surrounded by knows what. Do I sense anything within this?
Your divine abilities are completely nullified. They're so overwhelmed with whatever this is, they have been basically rendered useless.
I have no idea what this is
And each of you instantly,
or why.
as you say that, Scabbard, each of you instantly receive a flash of a image in your head. And it's kind of a bunch of different objects and subject matter. Go ahead and do an insight for me.
$17.
22.
10.
13.
As the images flash through your heads, you and Cayenne and Scabbard, you guys look at each other because you kind of get the play of images. It was a basket and then like a field of flowers, but they were kind of like blocky shapes like you would give to a toddler. And you kind of conclude that it's asking you to pick a shape.
Oh, this is what Scabbard and Cayenne are getting.
Yeah, and you and Monk are looking at you like, what the fuck was that?
You have like tongues or
What
something?
this thing is,
Mongo?
wants us to claim some kind of shape.
Some
I
kind
don't
of
know
shape.
Why? Yes.
No, I've heard of this. I've heard of this before to play.
And he had the same thought I did, Tom.
I'm gonna take a look. Is there like
Stay
a
in
shape
mind.
or something around nearby?
There's nothing of the sort. You're literally sitting on a mirror surface, and the things that are reflecting from it are you, and these crazy glowing geometric shapes above you in the sphere of liquid.
Okay, so
Manny, you're muted.
oh,
Was there a specific pattern of shapes that appeared?
You can do an insight.
well, I
16.
Yeah, it's outside of your realm of really understanding. You're just looking at all these. They're shifting and changing into different geometric shapes and patterns, and you're just like, there's no rhythm to it. It's just going through dozens of them. None of them are ever repeating.
Cayenne, did you get anything from that? I know you saw that too. Probably saw more than I did, to be honest.
Just saw a kid's basket with flowers.
I saw something similar, but with shapes. What I can gather, it sounds like, or it kind of feels like, whatever this entity is, wants us to shape.
Kind of doing nature for me.
23.
Damn. You, as you talk to Scabbard, you kind of get a light bulb moment. Pick a shape is very similar to your wild shape. This thing wants you to pick a form of some sort.
Like all of us?
You can make that determination yourself. But it has essentially, from what you and Scabbard understand, it has put a question forward. Without even speaking, it just flashed images in your mind.
Okay. It wants us to pick a form?
or what?
Take form. You mean like your magic, your wild shape?
That's what I'm getting.
Pick a form for who?
What? Like for it?
I'm sorry, it's very vague.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I got an idea. I don't know. We missed Fuse. We just talked about him a while back.
Wait, so did we wake up? My question is, did we wake up here before Cayenne became who she was? The
Oh,
whole form thing is getting me very confused.
oh no, you're still Cayenne and the person that you left off last session.
Okay.
You are perfectly normal still.
I think it wants us to pick a form for it to take. Because it's formless. And perhaps for us to understand it, it needs to be a form that we can see. Maybe. So, I mean, my questions are all like that. Those prayers worked last night? So this might be my fault. I prayed this like a lot.
Wait. Was this happening while I was out working plants?
Yep.
This was Cayenne asking me live.
I just, as a player, don't remember the exact scene before Nikolai.
She was working on the plans to help clean it up because Manga blew a hole in the side of the house.
Oh yeah, and then Nikolai just kind of went off by himself. Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think they were working on answer the tree that got blown up or something, and
Who
I-
did you pray to?
I name off all the names. They're all related to the moon god or moon gods. And this place that we now know of, that I know 3 gods are in, and their names.
Scabbard, your head is spinning because there's a lot of gods you don't know about that he just mentioned.
I'm gonna grab Nikolai by his little shoulders and get really close in his face. Did you say the words right? Did you say them correctly? And
I don't know.
Make sure to get the actual pronunciation exact.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts, Mongo?
What the actual fuck?
I'm confused as to why we have all these interactions with gods, and and I just figured that since I never really asked for anything from a god, I figured, hey, if you're going to mingle with my lives, tell me who my dad really is, because I don't know. So I prayed to, it was like 6 gods, yeah, all at once, all under the moons, watching us.
That
It's really crucial to know, Nikolai.
Huh.
I've read it in a story before about a person that read very wrong. Very wrong. Just happened at first.
I just used the names that were given to me that I double checked by repeating them, and they didn't say I was wrong.
Okay. Do any of these names sound familiar at all?
No, this is unknown territory for you, Scabbard.
All right. I'm going to assume I don't have any of my stuff on me.
Nope, you're just wearing your bedtime clothes.
Nikolai played to Galair, Atrax,
Speaking with her would be impossible. I don't have any of my themes with me.
So what form do you guys agree on?
So, if we ask nicely, they'll show up in some vaguely humanoidish forms as do not destroy what's left of us. I keep.
Yeah, that's exactly, you understand that, Clan.
That's what I was thinking, because apparently we can't see gods.
You even know, you're realizing this, whatever this deity is, Cayenne, it's way out of your pay grade.
this is well above my knowledge and pay grade.
Oh, that's not making me feel better.
Essentially, we pick the form that they present themselves as. So since you were the one who decided to pray to multiple deities, Nikolai,
Uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh.
pick as
Okay.
compared to the rest of our mentality.
Okay. Sure. Something that is, I don't know, just a person.
As you say that, Nikolai, you see the orb ripple as if, just like a very familiar thing, that thought popped into your head of a person. And you see the liquid kind of just float there and take the shape. And you see all these geometric shapes kind of coalesce around like this massive halo above it. And you see a very angelic version of Kodos floating there, made of this geometric patterns. No details, but it's instantly recognizable as the form of her.
Kodos that we knew, or Kodos that Red Dragon?
Kodos that you know from home, from as a children.
So, Storm Giant thing was.
Mhm.
Well, okay. Hello.
And you hear various voices that you guys know from your adventures speaking in almost a chorus. You've chosen.
I guess so. This is pretty crazy. So, am I in trouble, or am I getting some answers? Sorry if I offended.
This thing just floats, just kind of. You can't tell it's really watching you because of that it's made of like this strange liquid. But it is observing you, each of you. And as you're standing there, the world just falls away from you, and you find yourself standing in the past, a forest, and you can see and feel the actual time period in that this deity is. Their manipulation of reality is on a whole different level. And as you guys stand and you observe, you see a wreckage of mechanical nature. And you see two moon mice that are bickering back and forth, and you see one that looks like a much younger Rurik grab the other moon mouse and yank him very violently, like, come, we have to go now. And she's like, I want to grab a few things. And he just grabs her by the scruff and starts pulling her away, just abandoning non-essentials, essentially, just keeping the pack they need. And you see her led away from the destruction, and you put two and together, Nikolai, that this is that far in the past. That you're seeing the genesis of things. And it just kind of, it instantly jumps, and you feel your stomach almost left behind Cayenne, like an elevator dropping violently or hitting a dip in a road. Kind of like a combination of both of them. And the jump is so jarring that you can smell the grass, the world around you, the food that is prepared. It's very disorienting. Find a note, because that is an important note. I have so many notes up right now. There are so many notes. What I'm looking for. And it jumps ahead, and you see your parents, Nikolai. They're in the city, and they're kind of finding their own way. Rurik is using his tinkering. And something catches your interest, and you each kind of see this, how Mika is a bit more distracted than she has seen in her most present state. Whereas Rurik is hyper-focused on the next task, she's kind of getting caught up in the wonder of the world at times. This new place, the strangeness of it, and you see her pick up a flower petal from one of the stalls, and she just kind of like goes to smell it. And Rurik walks over and grabs her wrist and yanks it out of her hand and tosses it aside and says, "It's not needed for what we need. We're leaving." And takes her off. You see, the time jumps again a little bit forward, and you see Rurik is hunched over books, and he's scribbling in them, and you see Mika kind of sitting there. And she looks over at the books, and she kind of like looks to him. "Still drawing? What, working?" And he's like, yes. I am documenting the same things I told you I am documenting. The insights. Don't know why I bother telling you these things, because you're an idiot. I am documenting the strengths and weaknesses of these things that can utilize element 0 efficiently, as they call it, magic. Such a harsh word on the tongue. And she just kind of sits back down, and she just kind of like kicks her feet a little bit, and the paradigm that you're seeing is nothing like you've ever been shown before. He's cold, standoffish, keeps her at a distance, hunched over his work and obsessed with figuring out things. And he watches as groups go by, and he kind of scoffs at an adventuring party as they go by. And she looks over, and she's like, "We should join one. Groups are good." And he's like, "We don't need one of them. They're a weakness and inefficient, and I don't know their capabilities. So therefore, it's a risk that's not worth it." And Rui goes on with this for a while, and it jumps again. And he sits there, and he's looking at another book of his. And he looks over at her, and he's like, "Hit a wall in my studies. I can only go so far with my studies. And she's like, uh-huh. He's like, therefore, I have reevaluated the situation and to further my studies and my plans for me to perfect this world in the way I want to, we shall join one of these adventuring parties because their abilities could be advantageous to what I want. Is that clear? And she just looks over and she's bright-eyed about it and she's like, so we get to join an adventuring party. He's like, isn't that what I just said? And she's like, okay. And it jumps forward and you can see where they've Rurik has been studying various adventure parties to decide which one he wants to join, and he decides on the Obscura, what would become the Obscura. He's like, yes, they have all the standard qualities of a proper adventuring party that fill in gaps and allows me to continue to study what I need to study and further my plans. They seem suitable enough to further my plans to perfect this world. And she's like, I'm just happy that we get to join an adventuring party. He's like, yes, you can have your happiness of joining an adventure party. Be happy in it. Waste of energy and fuel and efficiency. And he reaches over and he grabs her by the snout angrily. He's like, but you wouldn't understand that, would you? Because you don't have the brain matter to understand that. And he just shoves her away and she's like, no, I suppose I don't. But I get to join an adventuring party. And so they begin adventuring with the Obscura, but Rurik being standoffish and keeping himself under lock and key and making frivolous notes about the party and well documenting their strengths and weaknesses and how to exploit them psychologically to further his goals and his plans. Not their plans, not their goals, not for the betterment of things, to perfect his empire, what he wants. And you see one of the party members, it's Jewel. She takes Mika aside and she looks at her very closely. And she leans down looking at Mika. She's like, not a single bright thoughts in that brains. And she reaches out and she pets Mika on the head and she's like, now there is. And Mika just kind of blinks a little bit, shaking her head, and she's like, and she goes to beat her head on the ground, and Jewel stops her. She's like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's called intelligence, dear. And Mika looks over at her, and she's like, I understand things now. I understand why I want things. That's what that's called, want. And Jewel's like, yes, dear. It's called want.
Alrighty then.
And Roy just kind of, as it flashes forward a little bit, looks over at Mika and says, I still don't consider you an equal, rat. You're parts. And she's like, I might be parts, but I have wants and needs too. I am valuable. He's like, yes, if I get blown up in combat, you are valuable. If I get caught in a trap because someone else walks into one and I happen to get hurt, you are valuable. You understand? You understand our caste system? And she's like, of course I do. And Rurik finds himself at another crossroads and needing to further his plans. And he stands in a tomb as the rest of the party, the rest of the Obscura, go about their business, examining things. And he pulls away a stone and he climbs into this strange darkness using a torch. Basically a lighter that he's figured. And And he uncovers something and looks at it, and he puts his paw on it. And each of you can do an insight on that.
$17.
7.
16.
Wow.
16 for Nikolai.
Nikolai and Cayenne, you recognize this book. Something that Kippa has mentioned. And you are instantly infuriated, Cayenne, by this. It's a artifact, the very quintessential Book of the Dead. The ancient, breathing, creeping Book of the Dead.
Alrighty then.
You know from talking to Osling, this book is made from one of the first necromancer gods. It was killed by his disciples to create the book.
Alright.
And Rurik just found it, and he opens the pages, and he looks in the pages, and he's just kind of skimming over it a little bit. He's like, what a strange book.
Was there no voice that told him, don't read from the book?
And he examines it closely, skimming over, and he's like, well, words are in a book, and no harm has ever come from a book. And he picks it up, and he puts it under his arm and puts it into his pack, and quickly ushers over to the rest of the group. He's like, I will study this, and it will guide me forward. Maybe I might find something useful in it. And
Praise him.
it jumps forward once more. And Rick flips through the pages of the book in private, away from the rest of the party, sitting on a rock, examining it. He's like, I don't see why this book is so forbidden. There's so many important and interesting revelations in this book. Things that can advance my plans so much further forward. And he paused on the page and he examines it and he's like, huh, this is useful. I don't have to talk to these imbeciles anymore. I could seek out others of my same intellect and speak to other versions of myself.
Oh, no.
I don't need to worry about the insolence of these fools. This will help me build my empire. This book will be my guide forward to perfect this imperfect world. This imperfect realm, as they call it. So much wasted utility, so much wasted energy. And he just gets flustered and he just straightens out his clothes a little bit and he just huffs something. He's like, it just infuriates me, all of this imperfection. The chat, so much lack of OSHA violations.
That's pretty good.
And you see him standing there in a room, and you see him talking to a council of other Ruriks.
Oh, other, like, wow, you made more.
And and they kind of stand around him, and they're like, and he looks over at one of the Ruriks, and he's like, you. And they look over, and they're like, you are special. While I find your kind a nuisance and easy to kill, you have a very important task. You will be my primary doppelganger and interact with the adventuring party and keep my spare parts entertained. As I understood, you will tend to her, make sure she is happy, as simple as her mind is, and to make sure that she is attended to. And the other Roy nods about this and says, of course, I don't want to end up like other versions of us. Rick adjusts his jacket and he's like, good, you understand. I have called several other realms that hold us. Some of versions of me are so pitifully weak that they just needed to be eliminated.
Hey, so Nikolai's dad is king?
In a way.
Or is he Jet Li from the one?
And
Either way, 5 million reasons why you should fucking die.
and it flashes forward, and you see Rick huddled over the book, now with his a bit more like ragged look, like the book is starting to take its toll. Those that know what this book is know that it very much is taking its toll. Every spell that is encountered, everything that is used from the book will take its toll and intertwine its power on the users. The will of the book. And the book rustles a few pages, and he looks over and he sees it, and he kind of goes over to the book and he reads the passage, and he's like, "Oh, you have another answer for me, dear friend." And he reads the scripture from the book and raises an eyebrow. And he leans back and he just kind of smiles to him. He's like, "A perfect solution for what I need. A perfect clone of myself to carry out my will. 2 of me to double the efficiency of 1.
Not a wrong thought.
I won't have to rely on the council and their imperfections any longer. I will be able to manufacture perfection. To make this place perfect. Call out the species that are lesser than I. Enslave those that are just mere meat for the others to keep the perfect engine going."
The Lord created his own infinite finite curve, huh? Your father's sick and twisted.
Oh, red and blue would absolutely love this snack. Right about now.
And then then as it carries on a little bit, you see the events where he begins to make this clone in secret, away from the Obscura, using the council to stand in for him. The Obscura...
During the clone creation process, Mongo wants to pay very close attention to how that exactly is done.
Why, you want to make one too?
Nope. I got a different idea.
You're gonna try to figure out how to kill it?
Find that predictable.
You're a cat.
Cats are hunters.
You know how Rick absolutely disables Mongo? Red pointer.
Well, that's been.
So it flashes forward, and he's been using the body doubles, the council of Rurik's, to fill in for himself when he needs to be. And the Obscura are no wiser because of his eccentric, disconnected nature. They easily fill in those gaps and the random spurs of emotion that he exhibits here and there. They just write it off as, well, that's Rurik being Rurik. Why would we second guess that? That's just how he is. The strange nature of him making it easy to fly under the radar and continue his estranged work. And then you find yourself standing back in that room with the figure floating above you, and then everything just goes black. And you're standing in darkness. And then you see essentially a spotlight come on above you, and then another one guiding to a path, and you see a door.
Through the door.
Do you guys follow?
There's not really any other choice. If you don't go, we just stand in darkness.
Nikolai asked for this.
All goes.
Nikolai asked for this, so he ain't gonna deny what he's been given.
The door is at your level, Cayenne, so it's like this beautiful black oak door that is, the frame is made of vines and leaves.
I would at least open the door, but I wouldn't be the first to walk through.
She opens the door, and on the other side of the door is the opposite of this darkness. It is pure light.
Nikolai will echo exactly what I just said. I asked for this, so step right in.
And as you follow Nikolai through, your heart drops, Nikolai, as you see a figure standing there looking over to you. And they look a little bit distraught. And it's Rurik standing there.
Is he like looking at me or towards me or?
He's standing with his arms behind his back, being unthreatening, and he just says something that in the quiet of the space. Can I tell my story?
And we trust your story.
Let me tell my story, and then you can decide.
All right.
And he just offers open palms. But your keyboard is louder than Satan's ass over there.
Benny.
Like, holy shit.
Mongo's gonna walk around the others to get into a good attack position just in case.
I'll go, I guess. I guess he like putting his hands out like to take his hands.
He looks at you and he looks at you, Nikolai, and he's like, seeing you standing here, even though I didn't succeed, made my attempt worth it. Explanation.
Please.
I'm not Rurik, I'm Remus. I was the one that was tasked with taking care of your mother.
Uh-huh.
You see, when I came to, my wife didn't survive. She died shortly after we landed. And I joined an adventuring party and used my tinkering to bring joy. And I got so lucky that Rurik didn't kill me. I was able to find her again. And he looks at each of you and he's like, I tried to warn your parents. And Rurik threw me in the path and let me die. And then he died shortly after I died. He takes you, he puts his hands on your shoulders and it hits you in the gut, Nikolai. This is your father, not Rurik.
So you're the one that raised me? Or are you actually my father?
Rurik wanted nothing to do with her except for spare parts. We got close and things happened, and the reason why I didn't get to come back is because I wasn't a part of the picture. They thought it was Rurik the whole time. I knew what was going to happen to the party, and I died trying to be a messenger to... He steps away, he's like, I'm sorry.
So we're not chasing evil stepdad. We're chasing just an evil version of my dad. You're my dad. You're my father.
He nods.
Your blood's my blood.
Huh?
Your blood is my blood.
He nods again.
Nikolai grabs him and hugs him.
He hugs back. How do the rest of you respond to this, hearing this revelation?
There's a certain word that describes something beyond rage.
A positive way to react right now. She's simmering at the moment. That just fuels that she should probably spend a little time and learn some tricks from Alice.
Wow.
A nature deity's already scary. This is gonna go a little mad.
Remus looks at you and is like, I carried on the lie that I was Rurik so that I could protect your mother and give her what she wanted, and to fill what was missing in my life. Rediscover what was missing. He looks over at all of you and he's like,
Does mom know?
No, she doesn't. She thinks Rurik. She thought I was Rurik.
No wonder everything I'm getting is different.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. Your father.
You're my father.
You're right.
You're just not my father.
Brewery abused spells, and I had to live with it. Your mother and I would make memories, and I would come back, and your father had modified memories where she will remember it. Where he would catch us, she would catch us talking, and he would modify memory away. He would take his anger out on her and use healing spells and then modify her memory. I have to live with those crimes. But I did it to try and protect her. I did it to try and... I'm just as guilty.
You tried. You're not guilty of everything. You're a victim.
He looks over at each of you. He's like, "You each have grown up so well."
Wait till you see Miller.
He's like, he pauses for a moment. Wait. Have 2 kids?
I had 2 kids. I don't know. I'm confused now too.
And he just kind of like, you see him kind of like perplexed, like, it's like that sense of joy and confusion and like overwhelmed with emotions.
I don't know if there's any way we could find out for sure, actually, at this point. Because I guess she had an event in her life that caused her to be reincarnated as a squirrel.
Flying squirrel.
I don't even know if her blood is even mom's blood.
Despite the consequences in the situation, spiritually and metaphorically still speaking and scientifically speaking from my personal observation and understanding of things. Sorry, technical stuff.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I still consider her a child of mine. Regardless.
So, I mean, this is just coming straight from my own personal desires here. Can we tell someone who you are and you can be brought back too?
He's like, as a dead mouse, if I got to spend time with the kids, you kids, and the rest of my ancient days with her, it'd be the best thing ever. Being dead. Kind of puts a damper on.
Yeah. I can't imagine being dead, like, not much you can do, huh?
Well, you get to hang around a lot of spooky places.
My sister would know all about that.
He looks over. Wait, you have a sister too?
When?
Everybody has a sibling except for Scavenger.
But he is. Nope. Well, we can't. We can't share that unless you're okay sharing that you're the only one in the group going to be a,
At this point, most have already know, including Victor. And I wouldn't be surprised if the others know as well. Kind of a moot this right any longer.
I'm still surprised I was able to keep it a secret from you for the longest. That was gnawing at me. That was absolutely gnawing at me.
Yes, I am the only one in the family. Does more or less a little one from the way.
More or less.
Wait, what? Hang on. We'll get back to that. Remus, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Trying to put a lot aside right now. You need to tell me something.
Okay.
Now, certain memories were modified by the others to further the soon-to-be unalived one. You need to tell me of a memory that wasn't altered between you and one of the other parents.
Oh, okay. I was tasked. I was tasked, and it's actually quite a joyous memory of mine. He kind of scratches his chin a little bit. So we went out to a pub. The rest of the party, you know, there's it was one of the local pubs. Noon's Paw, who's within our Essen Crest.
Which one?
Noon's Paw.
Noon's Paw?
Yep. We went there.
Fucking Paw.
We went there for a celebration of something. I don't know what it was. I wasn't briefed on that. I know this sounds very technical in how I'm presenting this, but this is how I dealt with situations. Well, going, and he looks over at you, Cayenne, your father, and we got a very lively and many drinks in, and it's very hard to keep up the foray when you're that many drinks in.
Wait, Mongols.
Yeah, Joel is.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah.
That's what I
figured that was a GM misspoke.
We were many drinks in, and many bottoms in, and he just pats you on the back. Well, we kind of snuck away, and that's the end of us being solo parents. That was the night that you were conceived there, Nikolai.
Sorry, your audio on my end has gone to shit.
Oof. Yes, Noon's Paw, and yeah, that's where Nikolai was conceived.
Okay. So.
If you need to drop out, you can rejoin. There's no problem on our end if you do that.
Yeah, because I can't understand a word that you guys are saying.
Drop off. Jump back in.
Loading. 1 moment, please. Thoughts so far on tonight's GM story time?
Holy crap. Well, at least Nikolai can very easily have no problems killing this mother.
Welcome back.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can just also hear an echo too.
You have to remute the audios.
Remute the audios.
That's the only downside is when you leave and come back, you just have to
Now
remute
we can
things.
barely hear you. You sound like you're on the other side of the room again.
Which one did you mute?
I muted the ninja star thing.
No, remember you got to mute me directly and mute Melina directly, and then leave the ninja star going.
Melina doesn't have an audio source.
Yeah. That's right, she doesn't. So just mute me and leave the video ninja logo unmuted.
Okay, try it again.
How about now?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Noon's Paw, and that's where Nikolai and his sister were conceived.
Okay. So they went to Noon's Hall for a celebration at Essen Crest, and
Kind of
Ramus and
reason I thought that's where Mongo would have been conceived.
and Ramus and Nika got it on.
Name.
Yeah.
No, that was just a midnight catnip.
So Mom knows this story.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
She thinks it was Rurik, but it was me.
Wait, was the memory modified to be Rurik?
Whenever I interacted with anybody that was not Rurik, in fact, even with Rurik, I was referred to as Rurik.
Okay, so the memory wasn't modified. She just thinks it was. Because that was your role.
Yep.
And that's why I asked for a specific memory that was not modified.
Yeah. Anything?
Because I need a time frame of when things happened.
I like where you're going, Mongo. Dad? Yeah, Dad. Pops? Dad? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any such memory? I mean, not particularly, and if there is, I really don't want to know. But such memory as not modified amongst the others, not just Mongo. Or collaboration. Or cooperation, sorry.
Maggie used to get rather infuriated with me rewriting some of his parchments as schematics.
Yep, that sounds familiar.
I never did that. Almost never did. What about anybody else?
I was portraying Rurik, so he points over to you, Cayenne. Your mother particularly hated me, so, yeah.
Let me guess. She believed that tinkering was unnatural and an abomination.
Not so much. It was more along the lines of Rick. My tinkering is for me and for my purpose and not helping others or bringing happiness. What a waste of talents. I believe tinkering should be used to benefit others, and Rick never... He thought that was a waste of resources.
Yeah.
So he forbade you from helping.
Yep, I had to maintain the perfect imagery of him at all times, or I would end up like one of the other dead versions of him.
From our experience, the best tinkers are those that help
Help
society.
others. That's what it's for.
Like, those
Right.
that are stingy with their creations are typically shunned by most people now.
Rurik only saw tinkering as a way to further his plans, strengthen his abilities and his future. Oh,
Yeah, his future, that is an unholy gift. You
So-
never would have found that book.
So you're just a copy of her, but from a different reality?
yes, I am a version of Rurik that took a different path.
So you're from the same place, but just in a different...
Remember how I told you about the other Mongo who did the thing
Yeah?
like that, but with him?
So you're from the same place. The moon.
Yes, yeah, I am.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. That's it.
Uh,
What can you tell me about life there?
on the moon?
Yeah.
It sucked.
Looked pretty bleak. Yeah, I can imagine so.
We were divided into a caste system that was strictly regulated. Those that were on the bottom that were meant to be food and nothing more, those that were in the middle to be used as spare parts and replacements, and those at the top that were meant to be brains to optimize things.
So you in your reality was a brain.
Right.
His mom was a spare part.
She was so caring.
Yeah.
He's
So if your realities, yours and Rurik's, were the same, but a divergence, is it just because you didn't find that book that you're not psychotic?
there's more divergence than that, Nikolai.
Okay.
Rurik uses his tinkering for himself. I use my tinkering to help others.
Even when you were on the moon?
It was complicated there. I couldn't openly do as I wanted with the tinkering there, and your mother couldn't use her gifts. Well, I'm just going to make this may sound rough.
Well, before anything like, I do better with just straight instead of beating around the bush.
I'm not trying to beat around the bush. I'm trying to quantify how to explain two different realities to put into one verbal conversation.
Gotcha.
Mika 1.0, she had her talents. Mika 2.0 also has her talents.
So mom was dumb, but still had skill
Right,
before Jewel did something.
right. And, well, my Mika wasn't the smartest of mice. She was caring, loving, boisterous, and that went completely against our caste system. He was meant to be spare parts, nothing more. Be there as a servant, nothing more. And I couldn't handle it any longer. I couldn't handle the repression anymore, so we left. Some miscalculations in our haste. She was gravely injured, landing, and soon died afterwards, but she told me to promise to find someone to replace her eventually and to use my gifts to bring the happiness that she brought to others.
Her and my mom and our reality survived the descent.
Right. Whereas I rejected the brutal nature of our master on the moon, Rurik used it as a template for his future and the way he worked.
Wow.
And he comes over to you and he gives you a hug. He's like, time to wake up. Hopefully we'll see each other again soon.
What?
And he takes a step back and everything just fades to black as you each wake up the next morning to the sounds of the Feywilds. Scabbard, you wake up to the bloody curdling scream of someone in the Castle of Victors.
Did I ever make it to bed? Did I just fall asleep on the ground?
You each hit the bed at an angle and you basically slept in a backward arch the entire night.
Oh, so I slept that one night. Okay.
Reverse banana.
We've all done that before. We just fell asleep at the edge of the bed.
You wake up and the bushes cayenne, a fairy standing on your forehead and looking at you upside down and just kind of drops some water on your nose. And you hear this tiny little voice, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Where am I right now?
They turn around on your forehead, kind of getting their bearings. It appears that you appear currently planted in a bush.
You're right here.
Usually it is your kind planting a bush, not the other way around. That you're planted in a bush.
I was tending to the plants. Something happened that made me pass out of sleep, and now I'm waking up here.
Oh, have a good day, and they flutter off, and it just kind of tickles your nose a little bit.
Thank you, you too. And probably a couple sneezes after that.
Nikolai, you wake up in a nice, comfy little bed that was made out of a pillow and some blankets around it.
How did I end up here? Wait a minute. Like inside someplace?
Back in the house.
How did I get here?
Diane probably already knows it was probably a loofah.
It most likely wasn't Lufa.
Mongo, you awaken and you have to kind of peel your head away from the book a little bit. You can see your drool trail running down the spine of the book and puddled at the bottom of the book on the table, and some of the words running.
Oh, fuck. All right. Clean it, repair it.
Angela, you had a great night's sleep. And as you walk to the house, you see Mongo quickly trying to repair a book.
What?
I see.
Yep.
Not as well as you should be.
Look at the book. Good enough. Going for parchment now.
Okay. What are you doing?
I need to write shit down, and I don't have anything on me right now.
Here. Take this. And, I offer him my little quill. My little ink pen.
You need to write on, not with.
Biddy points to the tabletop.
Good enough. The table is like this. It will now be like this.
Oh, it's become your blackboard.
Full conspiracy board.
You walk in the house, Cayenne, picking some leaves out of your hair and shrubbery twigs and such. And you see Mongo flip a table on its side and start writing on it. You've never seen him do that before.
For the record, just because nobody's seen Mongo do something like this, does not mean he has not done something like this. Usually, he has pen and paper.
What are you doing, Nikolai, as you sit up in the bed that was made for you?
Well, I'll look around. Do I see anybody else in the room?
Nope.
Sure. I remember what happened.
You remember very clearly what happened.
Okay. I guess I go find Cayenne and Mongo and see if they experienced something weird last night.
As you get downstairs, you leave your room and you pause as you leave the room, and on one of the benches there, the padded benches, you see that Alufa is curled up, and she was obviously sitting outside your room just to make sure you slept okay throughout the night.
Go over to it. So Alufa's just laying down there on one of the benches?
Yep.
I go over and gently wake her up.
She opens one of her eyes and she's like, "Oh, you need something, Nikolai?"
I just need to say thank you.
Oh.
Did you gather my stuff?
Yeah, and I organized it according to color and taste.
Taste.
She fucking would. Did she? I have to ask, did she learn that? Did she learn that from Pot?
Maybe!
That is the only explanation that I have, aside from and that's very bad.
Pot learned it from her.
It was a shared experience.
Yeah, there's just good questions like, been spending some time with Pot, sister?
And she's like, "No, it's how it's a weird way of how I categorize things.
It's not too weird.
Moon dust tastes really strange, kind of staticky."
Well, you and Fott can probably have conversations on what things taste like if you hadn't already. Thank you very much for talking to me, and you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it.
He pats you on the head gently.
I need to go find my siblings. So weird
Okay.
last night.
Oh, well, the only things that I'm weird that I'm into involve the wife.
It's, you know, show away.
Right, you come downstairs and you see Mongo furiously scribbling on the table that's flipped over. Books are strewn everywhere.
Mongo,
Angelo's standing there very concerned, as is Cayenne.
what are you doing, Mongo? Are you all right, buddy?
Cayenne had the night that she did. She's just kind of standing there, like, watching, like, why is this happening?
I try to convey to Cayenne to let's have a little bit of fun with Mongo and gaslight him that he's the only one that experiences this for just a minute.
Oh. Do a performance, Nikolai. Cayenne, do an insight.
Yeah, it's a natural 20 on the boards.
I got an 8, so I'm still very confused as why he's writing on a table.
You look between Nikolai and you look back over at Mongo and you're like, is Mongo okay?
Tracks.
Let's mess with him. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing happened last night. Just a little bit. Conveying that as best I can in performance so that nobody else notices with a natural 20, so hopefully it pulls off.
You're getting what Nikolai is saying, Cayenne, but the concern of Mongo desecrating something that is used for writing is pulling you away from what he is saying.
Okay.
Mongo, you alright, buddy?
Oh, just fine. Just working, and apparently, where the fuck is all the parchment in this place?
I don't know what's so urgent there, dude.
Cayenne, Angela, you both scan the room and you see on one of the cupboards there's like little inlays, like where you put like their shoes, for example, or a small shelf, and it has different forms of parchment labeled with stacks of parchment.
I'm gonna pluck a sheet out very slowly and just lower it down in front of Mongo's face for her.
Seriously, one sheet, one.
Mongo,
Go ahead with both hands. Motion to where the shelf is at. Like, ta-da! It's been here all along, asshole. What's at the same time?
Wow, getting back to Scabbard there real quick.
Well, you notice how it didn't even take him 2 seconds to blame everything on Mongo. Fucker.
Mongo, is everything okay, brother?
It's fine, I just have to make that copy now.
A copy of what?
This.
What is this? Explain your craziness.
Do you remember where we were last night?
I remember somehow going out to the glen, having a moment of peace and quiet, and then waking up, tucked in my bed in my room, by apparently Luther. Did something happen?
Oh, I felt that eye roll from here. Cayenne, you can just interrupt and be like, he's bullshitting.
I think Cayenne is just going to quietly loom behind Nikolai, glaring daggers at him. So Mongo, what the fuck was that? So Mongo.
Mongo.
No, for some reason I almost said the word Mongolai. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I'm sending you a message, Cayenne, and you're gonna die of laughter even more.
That was supposed to be that Cayenne was going to be glaring daggers down at Nikolai in hopes that Mongo would catch the drift.
I'm about to break her so hard. That's gonna be an inside joke between us forever. Oh my god.
Currently looming behind Nikolai in silence, glaring daggers down at him.
You put two and two together, Mongo, that Nikolai is trying to be as cheeky as Scabbard.
Trying to be as cheeky as Mongo.
You know, I do kind of feel like that's a bit more accurate.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
If anybody was going to do something stupid like that to anybody, it would probably be Mongo.
Trying the braces in your Mongo.
You could applaud this performance, Mongo, because it was convincing until the daggers came.
Hands out like, well? Spill it, cat!
Effectively, I need a little bit more information, need to decide exactly which direction to go, and I have a few things to learn, but it might actually be fucking possible. Plus, in the good news, turns out the thing that I was trying to do might actually be possible. I just don't know if there's a non-corrupting way to actually do it.
What is the thing you were trying to do, brother?
Oh, it's just something I've been mulling over for a while. Just the way that Plumtree taught me how to, do everything. There was a few of me learning at the same time.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned that.
So I kind of thought eventually, at some point in time, one or more of me might be able to figure out how to get all of us in the same place. That way we could, chat, learn from each other.
Does Nikolai get that Mongo saw through the ruse?
Yeah, at this point.
Okay. Why you gotta ruin my fun? Damn it. You see what Rurik did with doing that, Mongo? Is that a good idea?
Angela, you're sitting there like, what the fuck did I miss?
Try
He was
to mess with you. Try to mess with you, and you gotta go right through it, and you just play along.
Right. For nefarious reasons to further his own goals.
What are you going to do with
Depending on the spells that were used, they may not be inherently evil. Just he used them for dubious reasons. Where a council of Mongos could, well, just help everyone. Or be insufferable.
I'm voting for, how's the phrase go? Former or the latter? I'm voting for the latter.
I think I'm missing something.
Oh, effectively, I had a dream last night, and he was here, and she was there, and you were nowhere to be seen.
Understandable.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Apparently, when someone prays with enough intent, it works, I guess.
Just take it from me, bud. Don't try to figure out the logic on that shit.
Isn't your brother some sort of person that dabbles in all of that divine mojo?
And blaming everyone for everything? Yeah.
Doesn't
I do a wisdom for me.
Blame speak for everything.
I do it. Holy shit. Frogs. Pulling a manual here with the clearing in my throat. Sorry, guys. Ryan, do a deity logic. You think about it last night, and you think about what you experienced, and it kind of makes your skin go cold and damp a little bit, because the god that you encountered is the most ancient of ancient. There would be no, like, them appearing in the city of the gods. They are beyond that. They are cosmic.
So, basically, cosmic along the lines of the bitch unicorn.
Beyond her, even.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cosmic along those lines.
Yeah.
So we're talking about
Even beyond her.
that's been around since before time.
Person who probably is time. Probably time's best friend.
Yeah, they probably will filter.
As it is often queried, where do the gods come from? You know, maybe these are their progenitors.
I don't have that answer for you. That kind of knowledge is out of my wheelhouse.
Osley just kind of like, she has a cup of tea and she just walks out of the kitchen. She's like, oh, it's too fucking early for this bullshit.
I can fix that.
Like, all I hear is words from the other room.
We will wait to give you any potentially stressing details they shouldn't be at all.
It's like, yeah.
We will wait until you are awakened first.
And it's very clear that she is not a morning person.
Cayenne's not either, but she's a druid, so she nature, she needs to be awake.
Yeah.
That's why we got giggles.
Might need some after the experience you guys shared.
You think she didn't already get some?
Osley walks past and hands you the cup of tea and gives you a small hug, Cayenne, and the tea just hits you, and it's just like a special blend of relaxation herbs. Like, I'm going to bed, my wife. Any of you fuckers wake me up, I'm going to bury you in a grave and make sure you don't die.
We will give you details later. You have a good sleep. This would have been said while giving her a hug back.
Mhm.
Of course.
And she heads off. Some of the other flashes you saw were the Sickly Dragon was actually orchestrated as well, a way for Rurik and his clone to gain more progression and power, to manipulate the Obscura even further. That the Dragonborn was another piece of the puzzle that they used for manipulation.
Lovely.
Nikolai, do an investigation for me.
Investigation. Investigation 25.
25?
Yeah.
You, go over to possibly help Mongo with
Yeah, it was like trying
hiding,
to
and you
help me figure out.
reach in your pockets to look around for a pack, and you feel a piece of parchment there that wasn't there before.
Was looking for what?
A quill to help write
Oh,
down
okay.
notes.
Good
I have
parchment.
one that I gave.
Mongo's currently using it.
Oh, okay, that's
Oh, Mongo had his own quill. He just couldn't find the parchment fast enough. Like,
take my quill.
Nikolai, as you take out the parchment, you open it and you read it a little bit. And you guys see Mongo, or not Mongo, Nikolai go completely still as he reads the parchment. And it simply says, I really enjoyed singing to you before you were born. I hope that that brought you some joy. And as you undid the parchment, you feel something that's tucked away, and you tear the bottom piece of the parchment delicately, and something falls into your hand, and it looks like some sort of music box.
Sort of music box, like
Yep, a moon mouse-sized music box. And the craftsmanship on it is
so
immaculate.
it's like super tiny because it's folded up in the corner.
It was in the bottom of the parchment, so you have a full
Like
yeah.
a case or something. Okay, gotcha.
So you open up the lid.
Yeah.
You open up the lid very delicately, looking at this master-crafted parchment, or music box, and you hear the melody of the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star play.
Hey, Mongo, remember that scroll I showed you? You told me it was a spell? Mongo,
which one?
stop for a second.
What?
Remember that scroll I gave you that I got from the moon? That you translated for me?
Yeah, what about
Yeah. That gave me this, and I should show it to him.
And you hear the melody coming from the music box.
that might do it.
What might do it?
Goggles.
You use goggles. It doesn't have any magical properties to it. It's just a finely crafted master artisan music box. Also, Chad called you out, Mongo. A council of Mungos is scarier than a council of Urix.
Yeah.
At this point, the video that I sent you privately, and I also sent that video to our lovely GM who agreed.
Look, I am not denying it. I'm also refusing to confirm it as well.
See, with a console of evil Rooks, you at least know they don't give a fuck about you and will just as soon watch you vaporize than, help you, not die. Whereas a console of Mongos, you don't know. Just don't know. Because, he never tells the full story. I'm not saying lies. I'm saying lies. He just never tells the whole story.
Kyan, what are you doing? And Angela, what are you doing?
I am going to take a moment to try and figure out what seems to be going on, why everyone's acting a little bit strange. And just going to go ahead and look over to Biddy and, got any ideas? What's going on here, bud?
Biddy shrugs.
Cayenne is going to be contemplating on that place where we were, if that was just, would have been considered limbo, or if that was just another plane we were in, or if it was just a dream sequence.
Do a wisdom for me.
Because I'm very curious about that. Wisdom is a 10.
You lean against the table watching the boys go about their business, hearing Angela. And you try to put logic out there and try to share this with them. Based off of what you saw, you can't really put it into terms because you're a druid, that wherever you were, that god was actually able to fold reality to create a place.
Huh. So in other words, it wouldn't be something we would be able to go back to.
Nope, they literally folded space and time and reality to create that place for those moments.
And now it never existed.
That'd be some mighty powerful mojo there.
Uh-huh.
So let me get this straight. Each of you had some sort of weird dream that was somehow connected.
Angelo, it wasn't a dream. We were taken by some deity of some sort.
Right? So it wasn't a dream. It's a vision.
No, not a vision. We were just taken there.
And you were taken there. Okay. You were taken to this place where you saw something or someone or whatever. And now, what exactly?
Our enemy is our enemy. And they no longer have to contemplate how to vanquish this enemy without the risk of losing my father in the process. The creature that we are chasing is just another version of who my father really was. Not my father corrupted. It's not my father manipulated. It's not my father destroyed by some circumstances beyond his control. This monster is just a monster, and at one time, the visage of that.
I bet that warms Cayenne's heart, the revelation in Nikolai.
Yeah. Right. Well then, I think that you used find this, whatever it is, this thing that this Rorik of yours is using, in order to figure out where he's at.
Oh, you guys know where he's at. You know what you have to do here.
You know where he's at. This thing that we're looking to recover, well, destroy, is merely the tool that he uses for immortality.
Mongo, do an Arcana for me and a Wisdom for me.
Merely a tool.
Yeah, someone who created it was a pretty big fucking tool.
True. My apologies. The poor soul that was taken to contain it. Unless there's something we can do to recover that soul, it is, unfortunately, merely a vessel.
Modified 20 on Arcana.
All right, and the Wisdom?
17 modified.
Mungo, as you're writing on the board while everybody talks, you kind of let your hands slide down, drawing a straight line, and you go around the room, starting to... You're kind of thrown in a shrew by this, Angelo, as he suddenly stops writing, starts frantically going about the room, searching through books, tossing some aside. You've never seen Mungo toss books aside. And you start examining things in your own personal library, Mungo. And you pause for a moment from the flashes of events that you saw. And you look through the books, and you look over at the group. I'm going to send you a message.
Oh.
That's the revelation you get, Mungo.
Huh. Now the real question is, how do we get that knowledge without going to the source?
I'm sorry.
The knowledge, brother.
Rambling and doing weird stuff.
Normal cat things.
Mungo, you have to learn to share, buddy. What are you working on?
Multiple things.
Okay.
Cayenne, you hear the familiar boom as food appears in the kitchen.
Food's ready?
Yep.
Effectively, the next step is to find a way to apologize for something that I'm not sorry about.
Apologize for something you're not sorry about? Is that what you said, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, what is the thing that you're not sorry about, and why would we have to apologize?
Not you, me.
It was the thing you're not sorry about, and why would you have to apologize?
To be entirely honest, it wasn't very nice, but given the circumstances, even though it wasn't me, I would do it myself again.
I'm guessing Cayenne is finding the food.
Yeah.
There's definitely interest in the food, but there's more interest as to what the hell this weird cat's talking about too. So.
As you're in the kitchen, Cayenne, looking into the other room, listening to Mongo, you find a blueberry muffin that is the size of your palms.
Fuck. I don't want a blueberry muffin. I'm gonna do that. Does it have glazing, or does it have the crumbly crust? Oh,
You mean the streusel?
seriously, yeah, good thing to work.
Cayenne, you tear off a piece, and yes, it has streusel, and it has been
Fuck off.
soaked in the top with salted butter,
And
and it's still warm in your fingers. Wouldn't be like D&D night without mentioning food.
yes.
Right.
Okay, but you know how I feel about blueberries, and I don't have any.
Lemon poppy seed bread.
Can you stop, please?
Go ahead, Mongo, spill your beans.
Mungo, gotta learn to share, buddy. Give details, please, bro. If
Remember the thing that I've been tasked to do with by Plum Tree?
yeah, that you're already
Remember how
that we're
it
doing.
started?
I don't know, something like you and him were like at the last in existence or something like that, and you suggested something, and he said okay because like there was no other point. There was no point to not. That's all I got.
Did he agree with it because he didn't have a choice because I forced him into it, or did he agree with it because it served his own needs?
maybe a little bit of
to me,
both.
that was a different version.
Yeah.
Entirely different circumstances.
That
If I
was.
had- I would do the exact same thing.
There's nothing to apologize, and it was the right thing. As far as I understand, there was only 3 beings in existence: you, him, and Rurik. What was there to
I'm
lose?
sure it was Rurik.
Was never
The
specified.
only ones that I could absolutely, the only ones that I could absolutely guarantee were there was another version of me and him. That was all.
True. True. But that's true. The assumptions were that the devastation was caused by my father's clone. Father's copy. I don't even want to give him a name.
Refer to him as how I do. Dead mouse walking.
That's still too much. So,
Effectively, in order to actually beat the damn thing, and to undo at least some of the evil that was done, I need to learn how it was done. The only problem is I don't know how to get that information without going to the source, that evil-ass book. And unfortunately, even reading through it kind of corrupts you a bit.
I may have
That is a big danger for you, Cayenne.
a absolutely horrifically bonkers idea that could potentially work or end in complete disaster.
Seems to be our MO.
Do you know whereabouts they are? Whereabouts this may be?
We're pretty sure we have an arrow down somewhere in the material realm.
Okay, but a general idea
This planet.
doesn't help.
in the middle of an ocean.
It's probably this hemisphere. Can't really guarantee that.
I think temporarily, and I do stress this. Take us directly there.
Every single one of you knows that's a death sentence.
No,
The only thing is,
we're not ready for that fight
there's a
yet.
lot of things that can go very wrong. And ideally, you wouldn't want to fight.
The first thing that comes
To snag this book.
to mind is the Dracolich that ruled over that with Rurik, or Mustachio, and the hordes of the undead.
Yes, because us just trying this method without being properly prepared for everything that he has working with him is a wonderful idea to even consider.
So, it's a terrible idea. 100%. We're not doing that. But it's interesting to learn how.
Later on, it might become useful once we're actually ready for that confrontation.
Mongo, you would know that you would have that. It's pretty clear now that basically to bring Mustachio to a point of being able to kill him is destroying all the reliquaries, destroy his base of power essentially.
Look, I'll leave this with you as a potential means of relief. And I'm gonna pull it out of the little box of magic cigars. And I'm pulling out the black cigar. And I'm gonna hand this over to you. You only use it 3 times. But you use this. Basically, like a poison needle. It goes both ways. If you're not careful with it, it will kill you.
Oh yeah, it's fucking skull. Cancer will kill anyone.
No? This allows you to conjure up magic protection upon yourself and a small number. You can go ahead and use this, travel through there, plane to other areas, realms. Once you're on the other side, all of your possessions go with you. Stay behind as you go back. But if you were to snap, if you were killed, or if the gates close, you'll die. You're fucked. And there's no coming back.
Yeah, I'm good. You can go ahead and keep that.
Cayenne, you feel something bump your leg and it jolts you, and you see the wispy form of the Cheshire float a little bit,
Oh, hi, buddy.
and it wisps up to the edge of the table. Oh, it's interesting watching them plot from afar.
I am giving them scritches.
It's kind of interesting giving the Cheshire scritches because it's like solid yet like solid smoke.
Does it kind of feel like when you put your hand through mist when you're on the mountain where it's kind of that cold when your fingers dip through it, almost like water?
Yeah.
That's fine. It is interesting. Very interesting.
And Cheshire just kind of leans into it a little bit. Ellis promised that you would have sanctuary here and we would not cry. However, curiosity in a cat.
You are always welcome here. Alice is too.
and it just kind of wisps, brushing along your shoulders as it walks and appears on the other side.
My brother really, really wants to know how you do what you do.
It's easy, of course. I don't believe I am here, there, or nor here. I am everywhere, but nowhere all at once. Same.
First, nice and easy explanation. That's awesome.
Figured out how to be everywhere all at once and nowhere at the same time. There you go, Mongo. You can do this.
Probably on my forehead.
No,
I'm sure that you could probably learn how to do this from Plume Tree. Just
Yeah,
saying.
there's two things that are on that list.
so as you guys work together, Cayenne is wondering about the place that she went to and what she saw.
She still has the anger in her body from what she saw. She still is angry about hearing about the caste system.
Oh yeah, that is pretty horrifying. Cheshire nudges you gently. Perhaps we can step out and find an explanation, or perhaps less explanation for what you're encountering.
A breath of fresh air would be a good idea.
And Mongo, you look over in the kitchen and you see Cheshire, and then suddenly you just see Cayenne fade away into the same smoke as the Cheshire. It is a
Oh shit.
and it is a horrifying experience for you, Cayenne, because it's just like you see your body just dematerialize and break apart into smoke and mist, and then darkness as you appear somewhere else. Non-consensual teleportation, everyone.
Does a god feel about being dematerialized by a cat and then replaced someplace else?
You look over and you see a little bit of this too, like,
Well, that just happened.
and you hear in your head in this darkness, where would you like to go? Who would you like to speak to? Or who would you not like to speak to? And, and the voice rumbles all across your skin.
Oh yay, madness is fun. That's fine. So, I just want to be sure, so we know that Remus is like, no more. They were just here for that moment.
Remus was there for that moment in the great beyond.
Okay. I can't think of a place that Cayenne would want to go to at this exact moment, because it's just kind of sprung on her.
There's City of the Gods, there's also going to see Bot, you can go see Victor, you can go see Scabbard.
I think that's actually a good idea. Go check on Scab.
Alright.
Just open a new tab, you're good.
Scabbard, as you're with Victor and he gets out of the cart, across from you as you start getting prepared, you've been subjected to pretty horrible things within this realm, but seeing a smiling face of a demonic cat appear instantly unnerves you, and you just see Cayenne fall out of the mist this thing is apparated of. With smoke coming off of her, and this cat just sitting there, smiling directly into your soul, unnerving you.
Why can't I fucking do that?
What the hell are you doing here?
I needed a breath of fresh air after some revelations that have been happening, and I thought it would be a good chance to come see how you're doing.
Right. I'll look over to Lord Victor and see what his reaction to this is.
He's standing outside of the cart in the rain, and he looks in, he's like, Lady Cayenne, I'm delighted to see you.
It is wonderful to see you, Lord Victor.
You need a moment of privacy with your brother.
Just for a quick moment, if you don't mind.
You know, you see him shoot a glare to the Cheshire cat. Pure fucking daggers.
If you do that again, cat, I'm going to skin you. And then I'm going to use your guts for my violin.
How the hell do you skin the Cheshire cat? That's a question.
He's going to figure it out.
The one creature. Of course. All rules of reality.
And the Cheshire cat, you see it on Scabbard, and it terrifies you as it turns its head, and it's that unnatural quick turn and tilt. Like it skips frames in real life. And Victor just closes the door very cautiously, like, even he didn't like that.
I love Cheshire.
Was that one of your creatures, Lord Victor?
Victor's already like, no, he's not in the wagon, he's leaving you guys to. It's like, fuck that.
Well, I'm assuming that we all didn't just happen to have the same dream and we're here for a good reason. You were insane for coming here. I hope you realize how stupid that was.
Oh, you realize that the only reason you are here is because of me.
I'm aware, but still, it's not safe. Sister, I give her a hug. It's good to see you either way.
I came to see how you're doing. That dream sequence, which, by the way, was a real sequence.
I figured as much.
And we are still trying to process things. That's why I'm here, because Mongo was trying to make notes on a table instead of
Sounds-
parchment. You should
Smith
have
tried. He succeeded.
So that sounds part of the course. You know how he gets.
No, it
Whenever he finds something really important and interesting, he becomes locked in and just focuses on that thing until he figures it out. It's one
Yeah,
of his most
but-
admirable traits.
Yes, but would he ever, and I mean ever, willingly toss away books off of a perfectly good table he could write on parchment and write on the table instead of parchment?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to run that back. Did you say tossing books?
Yes, exactly that. Dude,
Are you sure that's Mongo and not a doppelganger?
no, definitely him. I stood there in disbelief and tried to figure it out, like, why is he, what, why? I can only assume that his behavior was in direct effect from that whole Vision Quest thing. That's the only way I have to describe that whole scenario, aside from the fact that that being is more ancient than the city I'm allowed to go to that you and Nikolai and Mongo are not.
Hey.
They are damn near as ancient as time itself.
Scav, do me a religion, please.
Religion?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna use the new dice.
And this is the one time he rolls a 1.
Oh,
You should put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Right? 25.
You open up your book to do some research a little bit. You had already done some preliminary research, but Kyanna assisting you in trying to figure out things. You're able to talk to your little demon friend, your bookkeeper.
Arena?
Mm-hmm. And she pops out and she's like, "Oh, Kyanna, darling.
quite a bit, Howard.
Oh, I'm doing well. Although Scabbard sent me on a rather frantic quest to find some... you know the kind of description he gave me? Non-materialistic or glowing green light patterns. How am I supposed to figure out what that means?"
What?
The very thing we saw in the vision. We don't have a name. I can only go off the description.
Look, despite his obnoxious descriptions, I did find something, and it's kind of like way out of my pay grade. You know, God's... Sorry, I don't mean to offend you, Cayenne.
Wouldn't be a way you could offend me.
It's not okay. You're a bunch of prissy children.
It's
Bunch of petulant assholes.
like I see some of the things that are said where I'm allowed to go, and the things that I hear, and the deals that I see. I don't. It's like a child's school. Everyone has their favorite little groups that they stick in, and then they treat everything like a toy. It's stupid. I think it's stupid.
Look,
I'll put my hoof down on that.
look. Whatever the hells is that your brother Nikolai stepped in last night has pissed off a bunch of gods.
Wait.
They are not happy, but they can't do anything about it. You...
Fucking grudge.
So, by this being, which we never got a name for, and we chose the form for, by them alternating reality to such an extreme degree that they materialize that moment for that moment only, they've managed to piss off a whole slew of other deities.
Okay,
That sounds fun.
okay. She leans on the book, and you can feel the weight shift a little bit, scattered. Okay. The only documentation that I could find on this god is the fucking murals that are ancient, more ancient than the city itself on the wall.
Yeah.
These are the murals that the gods put there as a reminder.
Yeah, this deity is, like, older than any deities who are around right now.
She leans forward out of the box and she just cups your face gently and she looks at you in the eyes. You are blessed, each of you. You got to speak to the god that is literally one, or is the part of the tapestry of life and existence.
One of those that are above all, huh?
They are the above all.
Arena, a question for you. I know that in your vast library, you have lots of knowledge information, but it's quite old. I also know there's stuff there that isn't written somewhere. Is it possible that in the deeper areas, you may be able to find such information? I know that place is very good.
This god isn't documented except for murals.
That's what I'm asking. I've seen murals inside the temple. Or is it possible that it might be at the lower levels of that temple?
Unlikely. Very, very, very unlikely. The very few details that I could transcribe, and trust me, I've been doing this for a very long time before you, Scabbard. The very few things that I can transcribe from those murals, including taking, about 30 of us to actually transcribe it. Do you know how much gods really kind of wonder when you have a bunch of librarians standing around a mural trying to make notes about the murals? it draws a lot of attention and questions. This god is likely the genesis of many other gods.
Good. About time they actually start paying attention. Many of them are partially at fault for allowing this whole mess to happen.
This god is simply referred to as the Viridian Chorus.
Right. I'll take note. And we will try and figure something out further from there. But thank you for what you've been really is a biggie.
One of the things, she just puts her finger up, one of the things that you have to keep in mind. This god is also referred to as the living tapestry of creation. That they noticed this and they stepped in. We are so non-existent to whatever this god does.
Why in the hell did they talk? Did they hear Nikolai's prayer? Why? Why?
She looks at you and she's like, the only reason that I could think of, possibly in all my years of this stuff, and I'm terrified, go back to the Golden City, that whatever the fuck your family stirred up threatens that existence.
Oh boy.
So, on behalf of all of us, don't fuck up.
Well, we only do so much, right? Don't worry. We're giving it our best. All we can do after that.
And she looks over and she's like, what the fuck is with the creepy cat?
They're
They're
our
adorable.
friend.
And you can see that she's frazzled. She just closes the book. And, God,
I would have blown a kiss at her to put a smile on her face before she left.
you can definitely tell she is frazzled by this information.
You do realize Lord Victor's gonna want to hear about this, right? He is an ally. We're gonna need all the help we can get.
I don't think he will be very happy at all. I really don't.
I don't think he's gonna have much of a choice when it comes to the literal one above all.
That name's trademark.
Oh, that's true. The one thing that happens to be in charge of all that ever is and was and probably ever will be.
Just more so what Arena said by how they're making people mad. And it makes some decisions for myself even harder because of what Arena just said.
You're welcome.
Oh, Mr. Rat.
Uh,
Have a hairless rat for a brother?
Seriously, I need you to take this with you. It's safe.
What is it?
And I could have sworn I already gave it to one of you guys, but apparently I didn't. I am giving you the compass of true path.
Quick thing. Can I put it in a pocket of holding?
You
Yes
can.
or no? Okay. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Basically, it'll tell you exactly where you need to go with the most direct route possible. Doesn't mean it's going to give you the best route. It'll just tell you exactly where it is.
Okay.
Means like it might tell you that you have to go in this direction for X amount of time. It doesn't tell you that, oh, you have to go for like 5 pounds.
and this entire time, Cheshire's been staring at you, Scabbard, with that twisted smile and crooked neck. Unblinking, no less.
There's one other thing. That, you were very creepy with that. I'm sorry. You really are. Take this as well, Coyote. And treat it with care as well. This is, well, bro.
I remember what that is, and yeah, that's being protected.
Yeah, you don't have that anymore.
What it is.
No, I still have it.
No, I remember the story. It was given away to something for safety, for someone to, by someone, to someone for
I did
safety.
give it to someone. Never mind. I
I
don't
forget who.
Actually, no, I think I already did give it to Cayenne a while ago.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, so then, yeah, then you already have. So that's not even. So then you just have the compass of true path.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you gave me the Pearl of the Deep a long time ago because I stressed the importance of what it was because you didn't know what it was.
And do me a solid, would you? I'm gonna take out one of my silver arrows and hand it over to her. Happen to find that thing before I rejoin you guys, and stab it in the heart. It's for me.
Okay.
All right. Give another hug. Take care. Sister. Safe out there.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and give him some of the fruits that I collected on the way.
Oh, that's gonna make him happy.
Very much so.
Thank you for the fact that he's been eating essentially medieval English food this entire time.
Oh no. I was anybody's gonna be eating from a coffin, fucking be Victor.
Okay.
And as you guys exchange hugs, the Cheshire comes back to you, Cayenne. And as it walks over to Cayenne, its head completely twists around on its body, watching you scabbard, and it wraps around her, and she fades away, and you're just left with that creepy smile left behind, fading.
I shiver for a moment, shake it off, store the fruit away, and open the door to step up to find
And
they may have to talk. They may have to. They're probably not gonna.
and Victor looks at you. That infernal fucking cat.
Creepy, isn't it?
Not for once, Scav is talking shit about a feline that's not in Mongo. I'm fucking shocked.
And Cayenne, you re-aberrate right in front of the house, kind of stumbling a little bit, and Cheshire sits on the cobble. Semi-translucent, it's kind of like the light is coming down and breaking out through the body of the Cheshire, creating like little light rays. It's unnerving to look over at.
I want to go over to Cheshire and give them a hug to tell them thank you.
And they take the hug from you, and they whisper in your ear as you're crouched down next to him. That lizard has infernal in him.
Ha ha ha.
Oh shit.
Yeah, when you saw Scav, he was still ruby red.
Oh boy. Well, someone's bloodline changed a little.
And Cheshire fades away in your hands, leaving you with that last bit of nugget.
Cayenne will just say thank you into the air. And with that, she's gonna join the others in the house.
You go back
A
in,
lot of confusion on her face and a lot of things to think about.
and some information to share.
But
You-
first, whatever's gonna get her inebriated the quickest, the fastest.
You just see Cayenne.
Inebriated enough to be relaxed.
Nikolai, as you're talking to Mongo, you look over and you see Cayenne pop open one of the wines and just start drinking it straight from the bottle, not even bothering with the glass.
Fucking do, alright.
It wasn't me this time. I've been here the whole time. What happened?
Hey, Angela, you smell the very familiar smell of your former realm on her.
Into the realm of dread.
Yes.
So what are you doing in a place like that?
Well, I wanted to visit my brother.
Hope he's well.
He's doing very well. Does not like our wonderful cat companion. Not you, Mongo. Not you, Mongo.
To be fair, Cheshire is a little bit creepy, but he's starting to grow on me.
He's not. Apparently, he's creepy enough to be called Infernal Cat by Lord Bitey. Can't say his name here, so that's his moniker here.
So my question to you, DM, is it Bill that
Victor really doesn't. Victor really doesn't care for cats, but he particularly hates Cheshire because every once in a while that cat passes through his realm, and it seems to pass through in more of a "fuck you" type of situation.
Just because he can.
Yeah,
To be fair, Lord Victor really doesn't like cats in general, but that one in particular has been very much of a nuisance to him. It seems to come and go as it pleases, and this mostly pleases him.
I mean, that's Cheshire.
That's just us. I don't have a fucking problem with that.
Well, it's not so much you cats in general, Marco. Rather, more so the fact that Cheshire's able to do the one thing that no one really is supposed to be able to do.
Cayenne, do a wisdom for me, real quick.
That's a modified 20.
As you guys are talking back and forth about this, I'm gonna send you a message, and you're gonna probably die of laughter.
I, for one, frankly, don't have any issues. I found them a lot more easier to manage and get around for me. Especially the chatty ones. Those ones are actually relatively pleasant.
It'll make a little bit more sense as to one reason why he hates that cat.
Hallucinations in the realm of dread. What could be worse?
What is Nikolai doing right now?
Still wondering, looking at his sister, asking what went wrong now.
I will say if it weren't for Cheshire, probably wouldn't know why Scav is still bright red and ruby. It has nothing to do with him eating gems, apparently.
Is that just his normal state of being? Is that not his normal state?
No.
You're like purplish, right?
He's literally like an opalescent diamond is what his scales are literally like.
Why
But,
is it pure ruby?
Apparently. I'm having a hard hard time believing this. um, apparently there's infernal blood in his veins.
Was it always there?
I didn't ask Cheshire before they brought me back, but that was their parting words of wisdom.
Well, never too late to ask.
That
Although
could
I
be a
feel
good
it's more,
sign that we're heading in the right direction.
I feel
But
it's more appropriate that you ask than I. It's your family.
there's more as well. The deity we met.
As you do.
Our
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
our chance meeting with them. We're basically blessed with that. No one hardly ever gets that chance. They don't truly have a name, and the only way you can find information about them is by finding murals that the gods themselves have made about this being. Not only that, there are quite a few gods that are none too happy with us. And Arena, who says hello, by the way, she was very frazzled and stated, by grabbing my face, that we better not fuck anything up from this point forward with any deities. So help us all. This deity is normally known as the Radiant Chorus.
Viridian.
Viridian Chorus?
And the living tapestry of creation.
I suppose
Okay.
I could ask, what's his name? Or Heroes.
Your sugar daddy?
They can literally,
I mean,
this deity can just kind of pop people in and out of any realm of any existence ever for any reason we are that insignificant to them. They essentially, for you to meet your rightful father, that was just for that moment. They created that one moment in space and time and in that realm just for that moment. It will never happen again. And in that process, it pissed a lot of other deities off.
So now we not only randomly encounter copious amounts of gods, there are now copious amounts of gods that are mad at me.
Cayenne.
Not just me.
Uh,
Not just me.
uh,
Us, as in our party.
Uh,
Meaning, we don't need to fuck anything up from this point forward.
From what you understand, Cayenne, from your deity position and also being a child to some degree, they're not really angry with you. It's the fact that they're angry with the chorus because they could use the chorus to better everything, but they don't. They're so removed from the entire existence of everything that they're basically they went to go get milk and never came back.
Yes, that. They had responsibility for all of these children that were created, but they've since removed themselves.
basically they said, here,
What's your-
now fuck off.
What Holvar did,
That's what I'm getting
effectively, huh?
Essentially, we're all given domains and powers to do what our calling is there for and what we think is right, but it ends up being some kind of pissing contest between some, and then others working either against each other to make things worse or working together to make things better. It's an uneven exchange of balance, essentially. And
So it's not just siblings with abandonment issues.
basically, yeah.
That actually explains a lot.
And I think it's fucking stupid.
And you hear Lufa, she just kind of leans against the tilted over table. It creaks a little bit in her elbow. I've read that mortals like Mongo or Nikolai have become gods. Is that true?
This is just the player asking again. Did Atrax reveal that to Nikolai, or that's just presumed understanding?
Oh no, he told you.
I mean, Cayenne basically became a goddess.
Yeah, it was also in your blood though.
Yeah, it's also in my blood, so.
Yeah, this Atrax god that we met here is apparently one of them. He himself was also a Moonus. Is now a god of, describe it, inspiration?
Just to throw out a joke here, he's the god of Mr. Miyagi's way.
I would have figured Artax to be like the god of inspiration and ambition.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm having trouble really putting down his actual pantheon because he's just kind of like the dad god. Or the wise uncle god.
Yeah, wise uncle. Kind of the vibe I'm getting.
He just kind of gives you advice and yeah.
That could be inspiration,
Yeah.
ambition, and duty.
Yeah.
No hard work.
The god of get off your ass and do some shit.
Do something about it instead of
She looks over, she's like, an orc god named Gamiaru apparently is very open about the fact that they were once just a normal orc that became a god.
hey, didn't that orc that we met in the Burning Temperament Do that guy too? You know that guy?
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
wasn't there, so I don't know.
I believe so, if I'm remembering that right.
You guys, yeah, you guys are remembering right.
It's the other one that we don't like her. It's the other one we don't like her. We don't like her at all.
I got just gonna.
I suppose it is possible for mortals to reach divinity.
Apparently, we know evidence of two.
Of course, profane as well.
The easiest, like, from what I remember, from what I've been told, and what I've been taught briefly, is that it's possible for that to happen, and the more believers that that person has, that's how they essentially get the source of their power.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Alufa just kind of looks over. Oh, Cayenne. I'm not gonna throw any spoilers out there at you or anything like that, but you should go visit the goblins when you get back home.
What you do?
I've been here, fucker. What do you mean what I do?
That's a quotable moment.
We have a chat for that.
I can hear you, rat fuck. What do you mean?
Alufa
Maybe you're following your father's footsteps and abandoning them.
That's
Alufa comes back from the other room and she holds out a jar and it's a swear jar on it. Language.
Angela, what's the point of having a sister that's a literal god if I can't tease her? Who else can say that?
Monk raises his hand.
Careful with,
Okay, you.
careful with sister, 'cause
Okay,
one day,
a handful of people.
physical in every single way, and you won't be able to tell.
It's true.
For you three. Now that you have all this information, now that you know what needs to be done, what's your plan?
Simple. You basically make a to-do list and figure out how you go from one to the next.
We literally need to train for this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no ands, if, or buts about it. Like, I have literally no experience with the creature that follows him. None whatsoever. I have very little training with any kind of undead.
Yeah.
Well, outside my class.
I technically could have helped. As that was
With
something that I work
words?
Oh, you don't work at the Draco Lich.
with undead, but not dragon witches. But I know someone who might.
The only person I can think of who would have that kind of experience would be Prim.
Yeah, she might.
She's a literal monster hunter.
Uh,
Like, I mean,
Manga, the other name that comes to mind is Chris.
Yeah. Bossling was trying to teach me about some of the necromancy, and apparently you beat that with the power of love.
I
Run up to it and give it a hug.
I remember this conversation. I was there for the demo.
Cayenne, do a nature for me.
I remember
Still
that lesson. That was
about that.
fun.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't suppose you happen to know any love-breathing dragon.
You know, as crazy as this world is, there probably is.
Cleric of love. No, very well.
I can. You can talk over you there.
Okay, I just saw it. Okay. Cayenne, you start going through your nature books briefly, looking through it, and as the conversation molds on, you kind of pause, looking through the one that covers more of the dragons. And you're starting to get sick of this at this point, I'm guessing. You just get another cold chill down your back. As your finger, like, instinctively just stops on a page pointing at it. And not only is it a Dracolich, it is an abyssal Dracolich.
All right, that can't be good.
And you realize that the threads leading back to the previous, the Obscura, just like, Jesus fucking Christ, how many hornets' nests did they kick?
Not enough, apparently. Oh, great. No, great. Fucking lovely. It's not just a Dracolich, oh no. Let's just up the fucking ante and make this, I don't know, an abyssal Dracolich, why don't we?
You pause
It was already an abyssal one. So which one is it, abyssal or Draco?
both.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Little column A. Why not?
Abyssal Dracolich. You'll have to inform me. I'm still very new to this.
I would guess a dragon from the abyssal plane that has ascended, I guess is the word, to be in the form of a lich.
It's a
Light.
light.
People don't believe in just half-assing the problems. They need to be the whole damn problem.
I'm gonna send you something, and you tell me if this is the right thing, because I can't find a sheet for it. But this would at least work for the description.
Let me see.
So everything we imagine terrible about the abyssal dragon, everything that we maybe know terrible about the abyssal dragon, add to it that which is terrible that we can imagine about a dragon. Or maybe even no.
I wonder. Ryan, can I see that book?
I will show Mongo the book, or hand the book to him to show to him. I am being sent a message in the moment. I will
Oh,
get
yeah.
information in a second.
Oh, it's okay.
So, you know your sister deals with the dead stuff.
Yes, and we are not to wake her right now, and she's the one person that we need
I-
to tell her about.
Yeah, I know, I get it. But what I'm getting at is maybe she can like bring us to her realm, and she has like some samples we can deal with and practice.
You do not want to go there. You do not want to go there. As someone who voluntarily went there to try to help get her out of her funk, and y'all said that I almost died. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, I'll be there soon enough.
Don't worry, Mongo. Your torment will never come because whatever happens, it'll just
I just heard her gas.
you're here. So remember, Mongo, your end will never come because you are the one that started this. So just survive, and at the very least, do this over again.
It works.
Yeah. That was the last one the last time. This will be the last one this time.
I'm going to show Mongo the entry. So these fuckers are direct messengers in hands of evil necromancer gods, who willingly let themselves become corrupted for power in various means. Essentially living skeletons of death. They're cunning, predatory, and easy to anger when a plan goes off track, and they're lethal in every sense of the word.
And you couple that with them being an abyssal dragon, which basically lives in an alien environment of extreme compression and lightlessness.
There's that.
Does it detail the process on how one becomes, or at least like what happens to their soul?
It doesn't describe any of that. It just basically is footnotes in a crude sketch of a Dracolich that a druid has come across.
I would assume, like, at least these Dracoliches from the images that I've seen, they're mostly like, if they're not a full skeletal dragon, it's mostly skeletal with maybe some tissue that's like on the wings, like wing membrane.
Yeah.
My best way I would describe how they would look is, instead of normally being a bone color, since it's abyssal, it's literally going to look like the shiny exoskeleton of a xenomorph.
Yeah.
Any kind of tissue, any kind of membranes, literally looking like ink or some kind of ichor.
That's very accurate. With one other
Oil slick.
thing that notes in there about abyssal dragons is their since they live in absolute darkness and creatures literally just use bioluminescence to generate any light in the abyss, they're masters of mimicry and camouflage and environmental manipulation.
It's like going against a displaced beast, but more hellish.
Well,
Much more hellish.
I can at least share this bit of information.
Chad, what am I supposed to do with this? Survive!
Make
Oh, God.
alloys.
Having been, well,
So that's all the plan always, and it's still time.
such a creature would probably be very susceptible to any form of radiance or life. Would probably do very horribly in light.
Aloof was like, I think you're basically stating the obvious there.
Healing potions at it in hopes that eventually we bring it back to life and then try to kill it again.
That's not bad.
It could work, technically.
You're looking at someone who's literally life. Dude, I just
Right, so blast him with the most holy resurrection and then snap it out.
light it and pray that that works.
Quick, Cayenne, yell at
it. Nikolai.
With life.
Do a intelligence for me. Use that brain of yours.
Light. You said use intelligence?
That was for Nikolai.
Neither.
Yell at it. Something.
It goes so many ways.
Oh man. Alright. Alright, so. Abyssal Dracolich. And the world's nowhere. A little mouse. I'm not gonna lie, odds are not looking that great. But there's still a chance.
That's pretty cool.
When do they have a...
That's the key thing here. That's the most important takeaway of this. Is that there is still a chance.
Just as long as Cayenne doesn't get furious again and threaten another god.
You know.
What horrible things happen? I don't know. You literally just wake up the god killer. Just trade one apocalypse for another.
Nope, nope. Let's not do that.
Lufa just kind of looks at you guys and is like, so, sounds like I don't want to be anywhere near what you guys are dealing with.
No, I don't think any of us want to be near it either, but we have to.
Well, go kill them anyway.
Can you turn your fireballs, Mongo, into like magic mass area healing blasts?
I'll just say this. My sister, your
Good
wife, is
question.
not going to be happy about some of the details we have to explain to her later.
I. Oh,
I'm not looking forward to that talk. Because what I saw in what we were shown infuriates me to no end. Because it should have never occurred. That thing should have stayed buried in that dark crevice that it was found in.
Wait, which one?
The book
Oh,
that
just
Rourke
the book.
found.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not sure.
Read that book at all?
What book exactly?
Oh, just a book made from a very ancient necromancer god. The book was made out of the god by their disciples.
Now, my question for you, DM, having been from the realm of dread and such answers,
Yeah, wait,
would that be a legend?
not at all, and that just terrifies you.
wait a minute. So
Okay.
why? Okay, so why would a god allow its disciples to form a book out of it?
They overthrew the god.
God was overthrown. Evil. Evil has no rhyme or reason, Nikolai. They do what they want purely for their gain only and no one else's.
You do realize that not all forms of necromancy are inherently or
I
good,
know.
right, Nikolai?
I'm
Yeah, no, that's why I'm trying to.
Cyan's magic of life is in a form of
Yeah.
It's the inverse form. Yes, I understand.
and
That's-
the book itself may not have inherently been for initially used for good purposes.
Lufa just kind of looks over a little bit.
Corrupted.
Oh, literal. Oh, God, it sounds so disgusting. You sure pale.
I'm
Hmm.
going to give her literally any fruit that I have left that I collected. No sickness.
It's very possible that it may have been at one point used for neutral reasons. It was corrupted by followers that had.
Angela, it's a book made from a god by people that overthrew the god. That doesn't sound very angelic to me.
Do we know it was made by the people that overthrew the god? Maybe it
According-
was part of the gods.
According to the mythos that you know regarding that book, because it is one of those things that is known in the Golden City, the Book of the Dead, which is that one, and the Book of Life, you know the mythos of both. That is, they overthrew their god, they killed their god while the god was alive, basically turned them into a book while they were alive, and used the power within the book to begin corruption.
Yeah, so they overthrew their god while they were alive, turned them into a book while they were alive. And I know this only by the mythos because of what I learned in the Golden City as well as the Book of Life.
No offense to your
And they
sister.
use the power of this book to spread corruption. As I said, evil does things for themselves,
Yeah.
not for good.
I understand that, but like apparently there's this ethos that gods have that mortals don't need to know or should not know everything. So how do we know that that information is accurate?
You hear from the top of the steps, Osling, she's like, the book is well documented by clerics and priestesses as well, so as is the Book of Life. Also, chat, you ever seen a rainbow go pale? Now you have. And I responded, oh shit, she's gone pastel.
She's
If she starts running real fast, is she gonna go to plaid?
no, she didn't. She's not pastel. She's muted.
Well, it's good to see that you are well.
The book,
Did you really just say that to the goddess of death? What the?
Yeah, that's why I'm also asking. Well, are you alive?
technically, not really.
That is the worst pickup game I've ever heard. Nicola, you may need to give him lessons.
Both of those books are documented by priestesses and clerics, and part of their training, I guess as you can call it.
That's
Kind of a cautionary tale to some gods of death.
Just trying.
I believe that Diane has something very important to say to you. She probably knows best how to describe it.
Some of it is better for Nikolai to explain.
What did I do?
Considering it was his father that we met.
Yeah.
And he'd be able to explain better about what.
Osling just looks over, and you can feel that stare on you, Nikolai. You met her, right?
Nope. That's part of the problem.
Well, your keyboard.
Manny.
It's,
Sorry, that might have been me. I was opening a fortune cookie.
it's not like you're fucking, like, hand fisting some silly putty or slime.
That's not Diane. It's wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, so she just looks over. Explain.
Okay. So I've been wrestling with this problem or situation in which, for some bizarre freaking reason, we, if not me, have made all these weird ass connections with gods out of random. I never really believed in gods until recently. Okay, but then they're just like everywhere.
Yeah, we are everywhere.
Yeah, no, but like I'm not talking about like working from the back end and not interacting with what we always hear that they never do with their followers. They're just there and the followers have faith and they keep going anyways, despite never ever seeing or hearing anything of their true existence. They just live their lives with faith that they exist. But me, I've met like I don't know 8, 9, 10 of them now, including you two, and like why? And so then I had this collection of moon-related stuff, and I understand this direct connection to the moons above in this place, or at least that from which I was told. And so I prayed. I prayed for an answer. I prayed for something. It was just basically, releasing my inner soul of like, hey, like, if ever you guys are going to do anything, at least show me who my father was. Really, my father was. And I guess I awoke some older god than the gods themselves. Somehow. For some reason. And it brought us to some momentarily non-existent place that was made to exist in time and space at that time to talk to us. And they showed me who Rurik was. Rurik is an evil, sadistic, psychotic monster. They don't wish to provide a name or description beyond monster anymore.
Huh.
This monster brought copies of himself in from other realms or other existences, variants of time, and forced them to cater to his needs so that he can work on his own plans for his own self. And one of these copies is the one who was my father. His name was Remus. And he's my actual father. He's the one that clung to me in my mother's womb. And now apparently I've pissed off a bunch of other gods. So I guess I don't have to worry about them bugging me anymore?
Alright, well.
Or maybe they're going to come after me?
Or Nikolai, gods probably see how important your divine quest is, or just trying to help. But we're kind of dysfunctional in that sense.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure what's going on.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
Let's not!
Fucking do it.
Can you just see her smile a little bit?
Well, if Scafford and Kyan are correct in what Kyan was talking about, the gods are going to have a very serious problem with our hands if they don't act as well. It seems like a potential, end of all that exists type of problem.
Yeah, kind of what we're working on.
Yeah, but I think what Angela might be getting at is that's even above what we talked about.
Exactly.
Like if we die, we cease to exist. Yeah, sure. But what I think might be going on is maybe there's something that's trying to destroy everything, like everything that is.
That's what I've been trying to fucking tell you.
No, I'm not talking about like the place we live, the realm we live in. I'm talking about everything.
What I tried to fucking tell you.
Don't lose any shit.
Honestly, a question.
Fuck, I know you don't listen, but for God's sake, that's scab level.
Question, Angelo?
No, you meant everything.
Kyan said, one of the threats that facing us.
You see any sort of humor in Osling's face just rain as she looks over at you, and you can almost feel the touch of the grave on you again, Angelo. Just for mentioning that word.
I take it from that look you're giving me. It's really bad thing. Apparently, Rurik has one of those.
Does Rurik have one of these, or one of these have Rurik?
Like, oh god.
If anybody's in charge, it would be the Dracolich, and the other person would be the pawn.
So, wait,
Dracoliches just don't happen to, happen. Truly evil, sadistic, evil gods of necromancy make deals with dragons that are in their weakest moment, corrupt them and turn them into these monstrosities as direct envoys in hands of their doing.
okay.
But what if it was...
What god did this for this Dracolich?
But rather, thousands of one very evil bastard.
I couldn't hear that over the phone.
Oh, so I had asked, okay, so it's more than likely Dracolich is in charge. But what if it's also possible it could be thousands of copies of that one evil bastard?
It's unlikely. I don't know the whole story. It's not my wheelhouse.
From what I'm thinking, from what this deity, Meridian Chorus, showed us, there would be no thousands of these Ruriks if they weren't controlled by one that's more powerful. If that's what you're getting.
Okay,
Because one is going to take over.
one did take over.
Yeah, true.
Osling crosses her arms. I'm going to simply say this. Whenever you get to that Dracolich, I want a piece of that, because I want to knock down whatever motherfucker owns that dragon a notch.
Is there any way you and your godly connections can find out who goes around making Dracoliches?
There's a few gods, but without the specifics of what this thing is connected to. It's a crapshoot of knowing what God it is. Mentions of a book.
Yes. Apparently, this book is some book of the dead that is what corrupted Ruth beyond just being a greedy, selfish son of a bitch.
Okay.
Yes, the, and I mean the, capital TH, the Book of the Dead, that he somehow fucking found.
You see Osley.
Didn't happen to crush it. Somebody put it in his pack.
You see Osley actually pull over a chair, and she sits down in the chair, and she looks worried for a moment.
That's one thing. Is like,
Look, I don't know what machinations you and your family get into. It's clearly above what I need your brother here. And I'm afraid I won't be much help with you in the coming parts. But I'll do the best that I can. But there's still much I don't know. And Osling, I know you and I didn't get off on the right foot at the start of this. I'm gonna need all of the training.
I'm going to share some forbidden knowledge with you.
oh, thank God.
This is important for you guys to take notes on. There's a reason why I'm sitting down. There's... If you... I don't know how to go about it. Yes, I'm more experienced with the god stuff than my sister. That is a given. But things repeat in the worst ways possible. Mongo, what I understand, you're kind of throwing a wrench in a repeating cycle and creating a brand new one. Thank you for that. I am. As you're aware, our kind have a bad habit of fucking away others of our kind, which kind of throws the balance off.
Yeah. Which I had a meeting with someone who should not have been awakened.
Great, it gets better. It's not, God tidings, how are you? And oh, by the way, this is how we fucked up today.
Yeah, pretty much.
You see, there's this thing, you know, maybe if gods would actually just tell us things we're not supposed to do instead of like relying on other people to write down stupid stuff
Nikolai?
they think is what they're supposed to do and us just having faith.
Nikolai?
Maybe
One
things
of
would
them's
be
trying
better.
to do that. We just won't shut up about it.
Yes, I know. I just had it. I
Nikolai,
had a moment.
the reason why gods don't share knowledge is why generals don't share information with their troops. We don't want shit stirred up. And I'm going to speak in very vague terms, and you can try to fill in the blanks, because I don't want to stir up any more shit. So try to follow along and connect the dots, please. There is another... The Book of the Dead is being made from a necromancer god. The god was in servitude to a... Let's just say a god like the most ancient one that you visited. You follow?
Just
Something more ancient than most other things, about on par with that of the Meridian.
Okay, so the Meridian's brother.
Oh.
And is this other god was locked away at a great cost, much like we have done with other gods. This god is so bad that they swallow entire existences. This god is so bad. From what I learned about, he wants everything turned to the absolute zero. And if this book has found its way here from being locked away so much, you have to put the genie back in the bottle before it starts granting wishes.
So yeah, Mongo was probably right. It was probably put in his path to be found.
That retainer, whatever it is here, Feywild needs to be destroyed
I can do something forbidden once the book is found and in our possession. I could hide it away, I could try to destroy it. I can't be corrupted by it.
You're not able to be corrupted by it.
I'm death. I'm kind of finite.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
I'm not a necromancer god, I'm simply the end.
She wouldn't be able to be corrupted by it, but I would.
It would unravel. I am literally unravel.
So if you
There's
got a hold of this
killing-
book, would you be able to read it and tell me information about it without corrupting me?
Just glares in your direction, Mongo. You're not gonna
It's
learn.
even a funny thing to joke about.
I'm not joking. There's information. I'm working on a plan, but it requires I need information. I don't
Mongo,
know how the clone was made.
Mongo. Every bit of information from that book will cost a piece of your soul. For example, you read from that book to try to get information on how this clone was made. You don't know what the take will be. The take could even be your love for your wife. The god that controls that book sets the price, you don't.
So there's no way for me to actually get the information without it costing something. Fuck.
I think I know what you're trying to get at. Learn how the clone was created, but know how to.
I will tell you how to actually kill it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's something else I'm trying to do with it.
The clone is being dealt with by you guys already. You break its power base, the reliquaries.
Well,
You seem a little angry at mentioning the fact that those exist too.
well, about that, I guess it's not so much a clone, so it is. And the original. You guys
I know how the fucking clones are made. I might be able to change the ingredients.
There's not multiple clones, there's only one.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no one.
Oh, there's
Destroy them all.
The council was alternate reality versions of.
Okay.
So,
In that case, disregard
This-
that last statement.
but sister, I appreciate, and I'm sure Mongo does too, appreciate your warning about the cost of losing the book. But I myself, sure, Mongo as well, would, if it could, potentially undo all of this. Sacrifice our one soul to save the millions that have been lost. So, forbidding us from using the knowledge to do such things. I'm probably going to be slow for this, but in my opinion, it's not for anyone to say, other than the person who wishes to make the sacrifice.
She looks over at both of you. And I'm sure Rurik said the same thing.
We saw her before he found the book.
The clone, I'm trying to change the ingredients that way we can get our fucking family back together. Because in case everyone of you forgot, part of the ingredient list was the fucking firstborns.
I had no idea.
Plume Tree already fucking took me back once to get the cup for coin. If I can go back, maybe I can swap them for a different fucking soul.
At the very least, yes.
It seems like a conversation that I should not be present.
Ozzy looks over and she's like, I know it was about.
And Rurik was a despicable creature before he found the book.
There was a lot of things that were shown that showed just how terrible he was. The room in the house that was destroyed being a very good example of that.
I haven't been able to find his soul in the other side.
That's because, as far as we're aware, Rourke apparently. Yeah. He's
Rourke
Literally
responsible
shattered
for all-
in two pieces.
Rurik is the original.
Yes, it was never a clone. Turns out this.
Venus, my father was the clone, was the copy, was the one pulled from another existence to serve Rurik's needs.
No,
Nikolai, would you like me to say hi to him for you?
Yes. If there's any way that his sacrifices could be paid back so that he can be with my mother, his love, like the rest of our parents are able to finish out their days. I would
Make them use
give
the
my
fire
soul
laser
for
all
that.
the other items are stored that got our parents back.
Yeah,
That is actually a really good idea.
I didn't catch some of that, Tom.
The church that held all the items that were used to bring our parents back.
Yeah.
Take the music upstairs. They might be able to.
Yeah, that's right.
It's something that they only can do for those who have been significant in the world. Creating you, I would kind of say, is pretty fucking significant.
That's
And the
right.
simple fact
Forgot
that
about
he
that.
was- And the simple fact that he took care of your mother, not just creating you, but he was the one ray of light in that whole dark world.
Yeah.
He actually created things for good to want to help people. That's pretty significant, given the culture that he grew up on and what he wanted to escape from.
Yes.
And if for some reason they can't, Plume Tree might be able to also take me back to right before his death, pull this fucking soul out, and bring it up here, so that way we can put it in a new fucking body. Hence the reason why I needed to know what about that fucking story, so that way I can try to tell the difference between which one.
We know
Be
the
able to pull a Willem situation, if anything.
Exactly.
yes.
Hence all the fucking writing, which, by the way, I can fix the table.
I've already looked at it. I can just write it down for you.
What do you think I'm working on?
your brother.
Alufa looks over and says, my uncle made that table.
Your
I
brother.
can clean it.
So, your brother.
And I can help
yeah,
with the
right?
Go ahead, Ez.
He should probably be here for this. I should not be. It seems like too much of a personal conversation.
And we just modify your memory. Apparently, it's what we do.
I think you're in the deep end now, Angelo.
Well, there's not much I can offer.
Osline stands up. She walks over and she pats you on the shoulder, Mongo, and she speaks in Feely Cook. Specifically Munchkin. Like, I know a few things. Let me get in contact with a few people.
Yeah, I was thinking Humphrey had direct dealings with like how they brought everybody's parents back. Maybe he could at least point in the right directions.
Honestly,
Angelo?
I have something that's I no longer have need for.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and produce those blood vials from, the past life or unlife.
She takes them from you and looks at them in her hand. She's very delicate to not actually touch you. She lets you just drop them into her hand. And it's a detail you pick up on that's kind of peculiar.
The last few things left that I have from my last life. No need. I found my purpose.
I want you to all make a will, save.
Let's go. That's the first one of the night. Now.
19.
Relax, right?
Mm-hmm.
21. 21.
You hear music being played, and you look over, and it's actually Alufa that's actually playing one of the Fae instruments, and she's sitting there. And it's very soothing. it's relaxing. It's kind of surreal how it just brings this levity to the environment that's very tense. And Ian, pausing shoots you. It looked like you picking up on that.
For a while, yeah. Ryan still remembers her being mom going around town. I'm like, bitch, are you hiding something?
He paused to pick up Nikolai and put him into a bed, and then stayed outside the room to make sure he slept okay.
Exactly.
Which Nikolai hasn't shared yet.
No, he did.
With that in the party, trying to figure out the path forward, we will call it there for the night. Big giant episode tonight.
Yes.
Really cool idea that Mongo has there.
Yeah.
Which one?
Idea. Like, brilliant.
The bringing the original kids back.
Yeah, it's been on this to-do list for kind of a while.
It's awesome. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Alright, let's do the post-mortem. Angela, we'll start with you. Flush, Scav. Holy fucking double duty tonight.
Yeah. First of all, stepping back into stats. Always fun. You know, Scabbards is, well, definitely one of the biggest pains I've ever had to work with. Also, probably one of my favorites. Angela growing as a character. And growing as a person. The entire sequence of learning the reveal of who really is the one behind it all. Or rather, what is potentially the one behind it all. That interaction between Scav and Cayenne and Cheshire and Victor. Let's see what else. A lot of big reveals. Oh, this is a really major session. The whole thing, I think I can't just pick on it. The whole thing.
Alright, Mongo, you're up.
Well, finding out that it is actually possible to get a council of 1 characters. Hey, that's another thing that's been on Mongo's to-do list for a while. I just can't find out if there's a way to do that without all the corruption.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, finding out that Nikolai is the offspring of the, I guess, prime continuity and the time variant
Yeah.
is fucking pretty dope. Not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking awesome right there. Apparently coming across a deity that is so fucking old that they don't actually know language. Like one of the original primordial ones that started it all. It's like, okay, that's the stakes. Alright. That's pretty massive. Always love having a moment for Mongo to go full conspiracy board. Love that. Couldn't find any paper or just didn't take the time to fucking look and just use a tape.
Closest thing.
You know, when you start doing that, I couldn't help but think of that one scene from the show The Office where he's like, just has to put the word up. It's like, but look at
That's not the office.
It's always saying.
Oh, that's always saying in Philadelphia.
And yeah, what I mean was stuck in my head the entire fucking time. Yeah. Alutha, just going full mom. Osling, always love when she comes out. Yeah, this is a heavy one.
You guys were not prepared.
Nope.
Alright, what about you, Cayenne?
There's a lot.
That is the census for tonight.
You giving me fuel to hate this piece of shit even more? Like, it's one thing to find a Book of the Dead like the Necronomicon, but it's a whole nother fucking thing when you find the Book of the Dead.
Yeah.
And especially whenever, you know, it's literally made from a fucking god while they're alive because they got overthrown by their own disciples. Because that's cool. That's not foreboding at all. Not at all.
You think your disciples are mushrooms, goblins, and termites?
I don't know if it's just goblins and termites. That's the thing, and that's what got me scared. Who has spread word to who? I'm fucking scared.
Oh, just wait.
I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be Fae, because Cayenne has already been thanked for giving gifts.
Just imagine how, well, you've already met some of them. Imagine how scary Odling's clergy is.
Yeah.
We've already met some of her followers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, but...
Clergy, though. I mean, Cayenne's clergy have yet to be revealed. And just like her harbingers, yet to be revealed as well.
Sentient mushrooms.
Into mushrooms?
No, but they will look... These harbingers are not going to look like something you well, it probably would be something you expect, but it probably would not be in the form you would expect. Because I've already got ideas of what basic animal... It will be an animal, but what basic animal form it will be. Just the overall look is what I'm still spitballing in my own brain.
Yeah, you've shared some stuff with me and I'm excited.
That's just like her holy weapon, essentially. What I sent you.
I can't wait until you and Nikolai work together to make your work weapon.
Ooh, I think I know what it is. Mom
know?
Blair?
Oh, what?
That's just that's just an innate ability. That's just an innate ability. That's not even a weapon. That's just part of this. But no, it definitely will fit for Cayenne because she's gonna. It's dual weapon of sorts, but one requires more components than the other. But more favorite moments, the fact that Victor was like, "Fuck that cat." Meanwhile, Cayenne is just all chill with the mad cat and has no qualms at all if Cheshire just shows up and is like, "Hey, you want to go on an adventure today? Sure. Where are we going now?" Be like, "Show me your favorite place that you visited."
Cheshire
Just
just
remember I'm squishy. And if I get poked too hard, red stuff spews out. Squishy, fine, please.
Cheshire just takes you to a literal insane asylum with endless screaming.
I would more or less be there and be trying to figure out what this place is because we don't have those.
Yeah, they aren't in the campaign world, so it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, I'd be like, where the fuck? What is this? What is that? Wait, you can flick this and that does that. What? I am confusion. Help. Just finally being able to know that we're not actually going against Nikolai's actual father. The god, honestly, that's great. That's wonderful. Let's not stress Cayenne out at all. The simple fact that, oh, we shouldn't fuck anything else up, even though Cayenne has to make the decision whether to reinstate Lord Victor as a god or not. Let's just not forget that little bitty lovely nugget.
Yeah, be smart.
Yeah. Like, you know, show that he's being deceived. More thing, Alice and Red Wing, that. I love that. Just a lost theory.
Yeah,
How do you get the gods of sanity and madness on your side?
you can get them in the same room.
I mean, Alice literally is madness. It's literally her. Right hand or left hand.
Cheshire versus
Our choice.
yeah, I'll be her right hand.
But yeah, I love that Cheshire was able to make Cayenne creepy.
Love the Cheshire.
Fuck that cat.
Oh, one last thing. Martin's has a firm blood.
Oh, that was a nugget drop there. Wait, record skip, what?
I feel bad for Arena though. I feel so bad. She's so frazzled.
These are things that aren't supposed to happen.
What about you, DM?
I haven't even met Nikolai yet.
Oh shit. My bad.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of the way I can explain it now. We're done with the session, and like, I didn't change the pace to post all of them, but whatever. I saw on live play, it's been on live play all night. I just wished it. Oh, yeah.
It'd be alright.
Yeah. It's kind of the gods aren't angry in the normal sense of anger. It's a very childish anger. Like, for example, it's like, we're literally your children. Why are you talking to them and not us?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you're talking to these mortals instead of them. It's like, there's a problem. Why are you talking to mortals? Right here. Let's talk about
You're actually
The mortals are newer. They're shiny. Gods have been around for a while. No, don't see much of them. Don't really care.
And there's like, if you like, what's his name? Carl's sister's like, fuck that guy. Them. Fuck them.
Oh, great. Great. That's going to be fun. There's something like sense to
Oh, you have to talk to them.
You just going to summon me whenever you want now?
What about you, Nikolai?
The biggest, everybody, basically, I'm just echoing everything everybody said without, beating around the bush and stuff like that. It was freaking awesome. Everything everybody said. And more importantly, though, Nikolai, the clarification of what options to deal with this Rurik have, like, expanded infinitely because of, the fact that he's just an evil psychopath. Not actually Nikolai's father. Just made things so much easier. So now, he doesn't have a question to ask the Sphinx.
Shit, that's right. We still got a question to ask him.
Yeah, that's upcoming. Well, also dealing with, the Jabberwocky.
Yeah, the reliquary. So, yeah, that's the biggest takeaway is like, crap, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out a good question to ask. What is that noise?
And he's messing with something.
You could always just outright ask, hey, where's the soul of my father?
Yeah.
Does the deity in this timeline take their soul, or deity from their original timeline take it?
That one I was kind of vague on, but the actual answer is it is in this proper timeline, because it is where it died and made most significant impact.
That's literally what I was kind of thinking too, yeah. Like,
That's why Osley made the comment of, would you want me to say hi to your dad for you?
Yeah.
Cayenne can technically do the same thing by visiting the other side.
Yep.
so, and yeah, kudos to you there, Tom, for remembering the Church of Information, I guess. That's Humphrey utilized to bring everybody's parents back. That was awesome.
Try to work on a plan to get your dad back.
Yeah, it was like,
This makes it way fucking easier.
yeah, we have a thing of his. Yeah, it's
I
like,
literally have 2 different places where you fuck back.
it's like I kind of figured like it would involve talking to Humphrey because he's the one that did the sacrifice that he chose to do to bring everybody back, and like at least maybe he knows a direction to point. So that was Nikolai's step. It's Humphrey, buddy, please tell me how to do this. So that was awesome. It was pretty cool. It felt cool. One of the things that gave them one of the biggest laughs was the interaction of the Victoria and the Cheshire Cat. That was hilarious.
Fucking love that cat.
And also, a shout out to you there, Tom. That emotion of Mongo being absolutely pissed off the last little bit there was astonishing. Like, he actually triggered, like, holy shit, this guy's fucking pissed off. in me. Good job on that one.
He just, I think he just
Oh,
went
well,
all,
let's see.
While Mongo, you have a tendency to not share all the thoughts.
Mongo complains about the gods being fucking mysterious, and he's way worse at it.
Maybe Mongo's going to be the one that's going to ascend because he's already practicing.
Some
But
of the
yeah.
plans that Mongo comes up with, he doesn't necessarily want to share right away, just because they make him sound crazy.
There is a saying, no, wait, wrong animal. Never mind.
Okay, has Nikolai ever not shared plans because they sound crazy?
Just what sounds crazy to Nikolai is like, oh, I had an idea and I decided not to test it.
That would be crazy. So yeah, good job. Also good job there for Manny there, pulling off playing basically two characters. So you haven't accomplished Tom's feat there, playing two characters simultaneously, role playing with each other.
Yeah,
I thought I'd do that again. I would do that.
test.
I kind of, it's kind of on the TTRPG bucket list right there.
let you play two characters.
Me too? Shit.
Well, let Tom play it.
I can do it. It's not easy.
And last but not least, fantastic storytelling. It was awesome. You encapsulated the whole. How do you describe something that's indescribable without just saying it's indescribable? That's a good job. Good job on that one.
Words.
This session was great, and I look forward to more. It feels like we're nearing the end. It's
Feels like it's creeping closer.
I think we're halfway, maybe.
halfway. I honestly feel like are we more than halfway?
Ain't gonna tell you that.
I feel like we are more than halfway.
Yeah, have you learned like fucking nothing? You answer a question like that, you expect some kind of answer.
Go down to our Discord. Like, oh, now we find out how we have a DM you are.
Yeah, good job all around, guys.
Yeah, really good job.